Hello.
Hello. Um, you doctor.
Yes.
Um, I've got an issue.
What's your issue?
The
Um,
bondulance back in
is
service.
there somewhere I can go?
Hang on 1 second. All right, what's going on?
Is it like a place, like a private like room?
Yeah, come over here.
So um, I had an old lady come over to me, and um, she had got raw pork and shoved it in my mouth, and I don't know. Yeah,
Did you eat the raw pork?
yeah, a little bit. I don't know how I feel about that.
Well, there's a test I need to do on you.
Can I die from that?
We caught this early, so the likelihood of you dying is very small.
Oh, that's good.
How long ago was this?
Like 10, 15.
All right. Well, this happened so recently that it's not going to show up on blood test yet. So we're going to treat it as though you're positive and get you on some
Okay.
medication, okay?
Yeah. Um, do you guys like do therapy?
Like psychiatric therapy?
Yeah. Do you guys like have that?
Yeah, we do. You just have to go to MDW and request a psych appointment. I don't actually
All
do
right.
psych appointments yet, so I can't help you with that yet.
Oh no, no, that's perfect. Now, request one.
All right, give me 1 second. All right, I need you to take this pill.
Yep.
That should take care of any of the bacteria that you might have swallowed.
Um, if this happens again, just come back, or if I get worse, come back.
Yes, exactly.
Um, thank you. Is there anything else that I need to do? Or no? Is that me good?
No, you should be good with this. Yeah, you should be good.
All right. I'm gonna head now. Thank you.
No problem.
I'm just kind of embarrassed, you know. But yeah.
Don't worry, be embarrassed. I mean, sweet old ladies come up to you, think you're getting fed cookies, and you end up getting fed raw pork. It happens.
Yeah. You take care. Thank you.
Well,
Hello.
I was on barrio blocking. Blockers shot me and bleeding heavy. Don't feel good.
All right, let's get you into a bed.
Thank you. Shit. Sorry, vision's going bloody. Fuck.
All right, I'm just gonna remove your shirt. This way I can get a good look at what we're dealing with.
Echo 1741 for onboarding.
Lock on board.
Can someone come pick me up? I woke up at the salt flats next to a case of beer.
All right, so the torso is kind of a big spot 'cause you have both the upper chest, which is where the lungs are, and the abdomen, which is where a lot of the
A
organs
little
are.
caught
So I
up
need to
with the
figure
last
out
bits
whether or
of
not we
a
got
water
lung
search
punctures
training.
or
We can
abdominal wall
break
punctures.
and break our way up to you.
I'll see.
Is Reese busy?
She's on a
Yeah.
prison call.
Alright.
No, I'm not on a prison call. I'm on. That's just Georgia.
Can you come pick me up, Reese?
And what the heck?
No,
you
I'm on a
doing,
different call
sleeping?
though.
Oh.
Alright.
Speaking of which, 512376 Eclipse 147. Doctors from EMS.
Go ahead.
Got a downed officer, unconscious. Was in a motorbike accident. Not certain if anything's broken, but it's probably better safe than sorry to come check. So we're bringing him in.
Oh shit. So I don't feel so good. Everything's spinning.
My eyes are a bit muggy, so I'm gonna take a quick
You're good. I'm just gonna apply some gel onto your near these bullet wounds. We're gonna just take an ultrasound and look at where the punctures are, and see if we have bullets in the abdominal wall or if we have them in the organs. Okay.
See.
Looks like people that were using bullets were not using American-made bullets, so we're lucky here.
Oh, shit. That's good.
All right, I'm gonna inject you with some lidocaine, and we're gonna pop these out like zits, okay?
Okay.
Hi, 12323 at Eclipse.
There we go.
Okie dokie. Let's get you down in the bed. There we go. Let's get.
This guy fall off a motorcycle?
No.
Holy shit, his head's bright in my future.
There we
Fucking
go. Let's get
shut
this
your
running.
mouth.
Get some blood and some painkillers in case he wakes up. He'll be fine, don't you worry. And even if he isn't, at least we know who's responsible for his death.
Not fucking me.
All right, let's get
People
this
who are
next bullet
chasing-
out.
Let's
Uh-huh.
see.
Fuck.
It's fine. Listen. I feel
I-
like everyone accidentally kills someone at least once in
That
their
is
life,
such a
officer.
weird
It's nothing
feeling.
to be ashamed of.
I need to make a phone call.
It is. It's a weird pressure when I pull them out.
Okay. There you go. The IV's all nice and run.
All right, let's get this last one out.
What's that? Why does this helmet look like that? Oh, that's blue. Why is his red helmet blue? Oh.
Echo 17 back on radio.
So it was.
All right, did I miss any?
Hmm,
Mainly asking Nancy here.
Interesting. Okay. Well, let's look over here, just make sure. Nothing else is bleeding while we're waiting. Let's have a look. I don't think I missed any in the field. I just want to make sure I didn't.
Yeah. Sorry, it's all gonna be okay.
Yeah, everything will be fine.
Fine. Yeah.
So, are you sure you didn't
Did they
hit him?
unload the whole clip on you or something?
Because there was
Pretty
there,
much, I
there's some
think.
blue
Like,
paint flecks on his
this
helmet.
felt like
Ah.
6, 7 bullets
shit.
at me. Still, I punctured through my vest as well.
Hmm.
Gonna pull through. It's all gonna be okay.
He's definitely looking more injured on the back more so than anything. Definitely. You didn't
Yeah,
hit him
that's
from
where we
behind, did
collided.
you?
Yeah, that's where we collided.
Oh, so you admit it.
Of course, I fucking.
Oh, hold on.
There is
Oh,
no
I'll call you back
denial here.
momentarily.
There is no denial.
Oh.
Like
Well, hey,
All
it's
right,
fine.
so I
Listen.
think that's all of the bullets. I
It-
think
it's-
you're
you hit him
good.
in the back,
If you
then
want to lay down
chances
and
are
relax for a
he's
little
not gonna
bit,
die.
you
He's just gonna
can.
be like
And if
severely
need be, I'll get
paralyzed for the
an
rest of his
IV
life.
started on you. We'll
Oh,
replace some of those fluids.
don't say that. You fucking work
Yeah,
your magic.
I think I'm just going to go to
Well,
bed. It's
I'm
been
just
a long
saying
day.
I
I'll
don't
go
do
back
any
to
Okay.
magic.
Then
I'm
who
just
the
making
lay
sure he
down.
doesn't die before the doctor gets here.
Appreciate
Where's
it.
the
Thank
where's
you.
the doctor? Doctor,
Right there.
Sorry, I
Hi.
was dealing with
I need you to
conversation.
work your magic. You need to give anything.
Yeah, no, he's a
Yeah,
patient.
we
This
can
is the
walk, it should be alright.
the vehicle accident I said I was bringing in. Appears to have been hit even from behind while on a motorcycle by that officer there.
No, hold up. The way you're
Was
the way you're
bleeding a
wording
little bit in the
this.
field, but I got it all cleaned off and bandaged.
Oh.
Was unable to tell if there was any breaks, so thought it was probably safest to bring him in for X-rays, especially since he was hit
Okay.
in the back.
The way
So,
you worded that was if it was entirely my fault.
well, I mean, isn't
Well,
that how it is? Like the
we
person
were
in the rear of collisions is at
a
fault.
high speed pursuit. Everything was going on. They took a jump.
Hey,
I took a jump.
officer,
We
it's
all
okay.
took a
Listen,
jump, and
listen.
it went in the
It,
back.
it's perfectly natural for like crashes to happen sometimes. Like I said, at worst, he's only going to be maybe like paralyzed for the rest of his life, and it
This
would be
job isn't
entirely your
supposed to have
fault.
occupational hazards.
Well,
I mean,
it does.
I feel like it does because like there's an occupational hazard of getting shot every single day.
No, yeah, in theory, yeah, you're right. But not, it's not normal.
But no, listen,
Funny
like I said,
is though, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like
I've only been shot. Last time I got shot was when I lost my eye, but like that was a long time ago.
oh,
You just got lucky
see?
then, sir.
yeah, you lived through that, so he's probably gonna live through this. But
Last time you said that, you said no.
oh, I don't know. I'm just trying to keep it realistic, keep you prepared for any eventuality, like the eventuality that you might have turned him into a paraplegic.
Oh my god.
Oh, hey.
Oh, there's the.
Well, he can still move his mouth at least.
That's good. It's fine. It's all gonna be okay.
I did already. Oh, he's unconscious again. I did administer
Oh,
a bag
shit.
of Ketrolac, but I'm guessing it's probably not that effective from that reaction.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Hey, it's fine, but it means he's still feeling things, so he may not be a paraplegic. He might, just be like slightly paralyzed in the leg.
That's it.
I should stop talking.
Wrong person. I was gonna say you just trying to wind up the
Like,
top, up
it's
the
gonna
police
go
officers at this point.
Yeah,
Please.
that's not helping. I'm sorry.
It's weird because he's not even a doctor, so he's giving you the worst case scenarios as just an EMT.
He's wearing a helmet. That's good.
I think you scared him a little bit too much.
Oh, too much shit. I was trying to scare him.
Alright, so we're going to start an x-ray on the skull and the neck, and then we're going to work our way down. Alright, let's adjust this to the chest area. Alright, I'm going to take one last x-ray over the lumbar and T section of the spinal cord, and we're just going to make sure we have proper spacing on them. Nancy, just so you know, fracture is broken. Okay, I'm just going to adjust this x-ray over the lumbar and the T section of the spinal column, and like I said, I'm just going to be checking for spacing and everything like that.
Hey, Rooster. It's gonna be okay. Ain't that right, Doctor?
Sure, as long as he doesn't have to do any long-winded speeches or laughs, he'll be fine.
Why?
Oh, he has multiple broken ribs on his back.
Oh, shit. Oh. Is he paralyzed?
No.
Is
It's
he
his
gonna
ribs that are
die?
broken. If not treated, he could die.
Ah. Hey.
Hey, bud. What's going on?
Hey. Nothing, man. Just, yeah.
Let's go over here and let the doctor do their thing. Speak about it.
Bambi, you okay if I shadow you? Because I can't be on my own.
I can't take on residents.
No, you. I just shadow you. You don't need to do anything. I don't do anything. I just watch you and learn from what you do.
Yeah, I'm not
that
sure if I
makes
can
sense.
even do that because when I was a resident, I couldn't shadow anyone who wasn't, unless there
Q's
was
the
a.
one who told me.
Well,
It's okay.
sorry. Like I
That's
want
it. You're
to.
good. You're good.
I would love to have you shadow me. It's just I don't know if I'm allowed to.
I need to get Q to put a message out on the message board to like say it because I otherwise gonna struggle to find anybody that can let me like shadow him. You know,
Well,
it's not your fault.
Yeah, I already talked with Randall Gemma
Mm-hmm.
about this,
Mm-hmm.
and he said that in like a week or so, he was going to consider me to be part of the ERP. So
Yeah, because I asked you, there needs to be more because there's never anyone around when I can be around, so
yeah, I had the
it's
same
harder for
issue
me
when
to
I was in
learn.
residency because there were no doctors around during this time.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm usually shift 2, but I can be around today, and it was just like I was hoping, but no worries. I'm good. I'll go and chill. My friend's
Sorry.
waiting for an interview anyway or something. No worries, you're good.
All right, we're gonna put some Tylenol through this IV, numb the nerves a little bit. All right, it's kind of just waiting for the patient to wake up on its own.
How's he looking, Doc?
Some broken ribs, but nothing too bad.
Yeah. No permanent issues.
Well, broken rib can lead to permanent issues.
Talking more like paralysis and stuff.
No. The likelihood of paralysis is very null and void.
Okay, cool. I mean, it's not cool, but it's good news. Do you go into observation or ICU? Oh, never mind.
Oh, wait a minute, this isn't grapeseed.
This is not grapeseed.
We don't.
I want to give you a
We
heart
don't
attack,
have
Rooster,
roofs
but we're in
like
the
that.
city.
What?
We're in the city.
I need to get out of here.
We're just calling it MVA, so you know, take it easy.
Well, what does that stand for?
MVA is a motor vehicle accident.
Well, what does the M
Crashed.
stand for?
Motor.
Oh.
Motor vehicle accident.
What if it wasn't an accident?
Okay. What happened, Rooster? Do you remember?
Yeah, I was chasing after a motorcycle. And then the last thing I see is the LSPD car driving over the top of me.
Not a good look. Not a good look. Yeah. Okay.
Hey, George, are you still on radio?
I can grab your
Hey,
statement if
son.
you don't mind, and I can forward it on to a supervisor.
Did you see Jay along Eclipse
Or
by any chance?
what are you feeling, Rooster?
I did not.
I don't
know.
feel very much right now.
Good, I've lost him.
No, like mentally. What's your thoughts on it?
Excellent.
Like when you grab statements? Or would you rather bygones be bygones?
Maybe I should speak to Robin.
So you want me to get statements?
Yeah.
Okay. Chill here then.
All right.
Is this Rooster?
Alright, bud.
No, you're not Rooster.
Oh, yeah, I'm Rooster.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm Rooster Steele. My sister's Robin Steele.
Okay. Bud's very sad right now. He's not speaking to me. I
Is
want to
he
grab your
all
statement
right?
first. I mean, he wasn't happy about it. He was very sad that you did it.
Yeah.
Hey, Bambi.
Hello.
Hi, Bambi.
Hello. This all?
It is.
Why are you back in a wheelchair?
I got ran over by an illusion.
Oh. By a police illusion or a civilian illusion?
Police illusion.
Got you.
Alright, go for it.
Oh, you're chasing the motorcycle with the old lady on the back. And she was on the phone for ages. And they jumped up onto the freeway from Popular Street. And we followed them. And I stuck the landing, and then afterwards Bud stuck the landing as well, and we kept chasing him. And then it's like they were on a race course because they went back and did the same thing again.
I'll stay here. Yeah.
They did the same thing again. But yeah, and they did the same jump back up onto the freeway again.
Hi, 12376 to that.
This time
311, it's scrap and fix.
they tried to slow down.
Alright, Bambi.
Hello, Jeff.
How's it going?
It's going okay.
I get to show off
That's
my
good.
tattoos.
Hell yeah.
Oh, there's Jay. Hi, Jay.
Hello. Hi, Bambi. Hi,
Hello.
Crash. I'm waiting for my onboard trainee to come. She's currently learning how to emote with her muscles.
Oh.
Yeah, that lady told me that. How you feel?
Trampoline landed on my back, and then my older sister Magpie landed on my back 1,000 times.
I don't remember. Is she a hefty lady?
Well, what does that mean?
Doesn't matter.
It's yeah, like 1,000 magpies landing on my back, but after the trampoline.
Okay. Like after the trampoline or before?
It's like the trampoline hits your back first, so you get like the metal rim. It's like dug into your back, and then like the first magpie hits the metal rim, and that goes into your back, and then the second one hits the metal rim, and that goes into your back, and then the third magpie hits the metal rim.
She understands how to do it.
Oh,
fine. I
damn.
can think
Tell
about that.
someone
Alright,
where
don't
I
worry.
said hi.
All the emotes are being taught in the FTO session. Don't worry.
Okay.
Huh? I'm not
You're
clocked on, so how have they got my number from the city hall? Huh?
Go this way.
Wait, how am I clocked in? Huh?
Okay, we'll be back up there after my dad's done with his work thing.
Bambi, I just got a text message that says,
Hey,
hold
I'm
on.
gonna hang up now. Love you, love.
The person's name's Kevin Baker. He's looking to do a fit for duty
Two
examination.
people need immediate medical.
Alright, get him onto a bed.
I'll get the other one.
Okay.
Treat that one and run out of medicine for the next one.
Oh, jeez.
Hello.
Hello, how you doing today, Holden?
A pre morphine, because today is morphine day.
It's morphine
Bald
day, huh?
man. Help. Oof. Oof. Oh.
Scrap and fix.
Alright, I see you're bleeding from your arm, so let me take care of that.
I landed on a soft concrete bench. I fell from a building.
I think the phrase soft concrete is an oxymoron.
Soft concrete is a very malleable. In my day, concrete wasn't as hard as it was today. They make too much of a fuss when it comes to concrete. Concrete evidence, concrete
Freeman,
this.
are you?
I'm just going to clean
Wait,
up the
medicine.
abrasions.
She's dead. We need a DOA.
Yes, we need this
she's
one to
died.
go. We need this one to go to the
She's
morgue.
died. Those
Morgue,
are just
please.
gas noises.
I died.
Morgue for this one, please.
Oh.
Morgue. Morgue her. Morgue her. Are you okay, Holden?
Yes, just a couple of bruises, very bad. She doesn't believe that soft concrete exists.
Well, I was fine.
Yes. Yes.
It landed in the water. There was over an inch of water in there.
Yes, yes.
An inch of water?
Yes, I fell off of Maze Bank into an inch of water and survived because everyone knows
that water is softer than
yes.
concrete.
And the faster you hit it, the more it protects you because it's soft.
Yes, it breaks the sound barrier, doesn't it? So
precisely, you have to exactly. If you go above the sound barrier, then you survive in inclines of water.
I think I need to go back to school.
These kids.
You do.
Children these
Morgue
days.
this one for the morgue.
I don't even know you have it.
I died.
Yes,
Hello?
morgue.
You died?
Hello, good morning. You still
Hello,
hungover?
Constable. And the 36th magpie. It's the
You're talking really well for being dead.
I failed.
magpie. Oh, it's the metal rim.
You
And that goes
fell.
into your back.
I failed.
The 38th magpie. It's the metal rim. And that goes into your back.
Alright, I'm just seeing some bruising. Am I seeing anything wrong?
Magpie. It's the
Please
metal rim.
help me.
And that goes into your back.
Yes, I will help you.
Help me, please. They mistreat me.
Groundhog Day.
Unfortunately, I can't help you with how they treat you. Except for
They
maybe
mistreat me.
advising hanging out with different people, but
It's my husband and Holding and Oswald.
Hypothetically, we go to the thousands, all right? 1,000.
Yeah.
All right. What happened after that?
Wait, what does hypothetically mean?
Please help me.
Hypothetically, it means she don't know how to fucking describe it.
Is that like when they take
Oh,
like,
I feel better.
They take like a string with like a marble on the end,
Oh.
and they dangle it in front of your eyes, like to the side, and then to the other side, and then to the side, and then to the other side, and then you start feeling sleepy.
I don't know if I want it.
I'm just gonna come to annoy you instead.
Okay.
I'm so bored. Every time I try and log on, there's no one around. Ugh.
So you just awake early, or?
Yeah. My spiritual mother's not well, so I'm just awake early.
Okay.
usually I'm a degen and I don't sleep really, so I'm always up at like early hours of my morning. So that's why I was put on shift 2 into 3.
Yeah, I thought shift 2 was strong on ERP. I thought it was just shift 1 that
Yeah.
was struggling on it.
This is reason why I didn't want to go to shift 1 because it was just this. Like I've tried it 4 times now to come in. I got told shift 1 had people,
Yeah.
but then I've come in. There's no one on duty, or there's like yourself who can't take someone.
Yeah. So the trainers usually don't show up for another like 4 hours unless Mercy's around. Mercy's the
Yeah.
only one
But
that will be
then
around that can take on
yeah.
students this
But
time
then
of day.
Q said I can shadow anybody. I just can't get nothing ticked off.
Yes.
You know. So it's
So
like
I know the only time that I was shadowing a doctor that was not part of ERP was when I was handed off by like a chief or something like that.
yeah.
But I was never able to just go up to a doctor and like, hey, can I shadow you? It was always
Yeah,
a
that's why
handoff.
I'm gonna have to like. It's probably not gonna be Q because she's in the ICU, but it'll be like one of the chiefs or saying like, "Hey, if this is what I'm allowed to do, like, can you make it known to everybody so that everybody knows? Because otherwise, poor like yourself, you say no, but then all of a sudden like they say yes. You know, it's just gonna be a lot. You know.
Well, I'm supposed to have a meeting with Marcy today. She's the chief, so I'll ask for clarification from her.
Yeah. It might just be a new thing, or it might be just for me. You're right.
Hello.
Hello.
I tripped and I landed on Niles Bean's fist.
Well, that sounds a little painful.
Yeah, he was trying to save me heroically.
Well,
What with his fist?
Well, my face kind of made contact with his fist, yeah.
Ah.
I think he was so shocked because I'm his favorite employee that he made a fist. Like, no, not Nikki, while he was trying to catch me.
Got you.
Interesting.
Then he had like a muscle spasm. Yep, that's the story I'm going with. Thank you for your help. Have a great day.
No problem.
At least he's kinda honest.
God damn it, Georgia.
Honesty is the best policy.
Pretty sure that's code 4.
Is that Bravo Ocean King, or do you need assistance?
Yeah, I think it's code 4 because we passed out at the same place like 5 minutes ago.
EMS from PD.
Hello, PD.
Hey, is that Bravo Ocean King?
Let me check.
She's in the hospital.
Yeah, she might have passed out
Aw,
from
baby
hunger
girl.
or, dire thirst.
Yo!
Is she inside or is she on the roof? Where is she? Which part of the hospital is that? Is it the roof?
Potentially.
Not in the garage.
Help.
What happened?
I forgot to eat when I wrote my reports.
No. Alright, I won't put this pill in your mouth. I need you to chew it, okay?
Okay. Has it got flavor in it?
I believe this one's supposed to be orange.
Ooh, like my hair.
That might be where I had the thought of orange.
It's quite nice actually. Not bad. Hello. Oh my god. I'm gonna get up and punch him.
You ignored my call, bitch.
Because I was in the prison with a patient.
Okay, and?
I was in the prison with a patient. You're very close to me. What do you want? Thank you, Bambi.
No problems.
No. Thank you anyways.
Sorry I asked. Damn.
I just said no.
Sorry I asked, George.
I said no.
Happy New
Happy
Year.
Chrysler. How about all
Yeah, exactly.
I hate walking on the other side of this roof.
I'm just saying the word no.
So me, has fear of heights, and being that close to the edge is kind of scary.
No. No.
George's a bit snippy today.
I'm not.
God, alright, we get it.
Jeez.
He's saying that I'm snippy for saying the word no.
You're just cursed by being British, right? You just sound so snippy and smug.
Snip this.
Oh my god, am I exact?
How we doing, Rooster?
Oh, I'm all right. I'm just waiting for my grapeseed family to come down and pick me up.
Okay.
Yeah. It doesn't feel like 1,000 magpies pushing a trampoline pole into my back now.
Georgia, you gotta
Well,
calm
that's
down
good.
there. 2025.
Yeah, you tell her, Casper.
Yeah, hopefully the pain doesn't come back.
Well, I got you on some pain meds. Would you like me to make you a prescription for more?
Can you inject it into me?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, 'cause I struggle with swallowing tablets. I just end up spitting them back up at my nose.
Well, it shouldn't be going out your nose. Do you have an issue with water coming out of your nose?
No, just the tablets. The water goes down the right hole.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think it might have something to do with my Australian brain syndrome.
Hello.
Roosty.
How you doing, Rooster?
Hey.
Hi, Rooster.
Hi.
Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry, doctor. Oh, God. Oh, sorry, doctor. Thank you. Go on the other side. Hey, Roosty.
Hello.
Hey, Tarantino.
Hello.
Rough day.
Ever had a rough day?
There you go. That should
No.
take care of the pain for a little.
I was
For
talking
the
to
next 4 hours.
Hair. Rough day.
Oh, all right. Do I
Love
start
that.
counting
Wait,
now
what?
then, huh?
Yeah,
I was
start
saying
counting
hey
down.
to you. Never mind.
Oh, hey.
Oh, have I? Love.
Alright. Let's go to the laptop because it's going to be easier to explain.
Okay.
How did she get her scooter up on that roof?
Appreciate you looking after him.
No problem.
Is there a car again? Okay. Guess you have a memory. I forgot.
Godspeed, officers. Thanks, man.
Did you say that Rooster was good to go?
Yes, he can go.
Cool. Thank you. More gunshots. Grrr. Let's go, Roosty.
Godspeed, Grapeseed. Why are you growling for? I'd growl too if I was highway.
I'm grabbing him. Okay, he's coming. Rooster, Rooster, are you coming?
Hey,
Come here,
Bambi.
please.
Hello.
Can I just get a quick check over, please? Just got through
Please tell me
a
to
couple of
hold on, so
bruises.
hold on.
You have a lot of bruises.
Yeah, I don't. We don't talk about it. Okay. We don't know what happened.
Good.
That's all.
I am completely okay.
Your body language and your words are two completely different things.
No, everything's fine.
Take more time.
Everything is okay.
Alright. You feeling better now?
Hey Reese, what's your 20?
Yeah, much better. Thank you.
No
All right, I
problem.
appreciate it.
Your mom
Have a good
sounds-
day.
Whoa. Dr. Schilling, 1041.
Hi, Mercy.
Good morning.
Welcome on board.
Hello, guys. Anyways, aside from Jay deciding to make that joke, Reese, what's your 20?
I love the go-go's. Why
Hello.
you need?
Oh, I'm 10-8
The only
and
reason I'm
wondered
here is
if you
because my
wanted
dad
to
was
resume the bondulance.
10-4, we can resume the bond.
I didn't hear anything you just said. What?
Could I?
I was whispering
Could I ask
to
you
try to
guys
be
if you
quiet.
could maybe bring
The
Carter
only
with you?
reason I'm
on the
here is
ambulance?
because my dad had to do work things, and I was in the car when he had to rush down here, so I told him I'd just chill while he does his work.
If I'm sorry, I was going down in the lift.
Okay. You're
No,
fine to
but-
be here. It's a public hospital.
I know. It's my anxiety speaking.
Good morning, baby.
Good morning.
And my primary on? Oh no, I turned them both off, and now they work.
Yeah, you have to turn it on.
Let me look in. Let's see.
And then your buttons are gonna be transmit on primary, transmit on second.
A lot of EMS.
And you said 6 is technically EMS's primary, and 1 is for PD.
Yep. We listen on 1.
If nobody is available, I am at the hospital, so I can just go up the road.
Just trying to make sure, because I had my primary.
Hey, could you
set
do
at
that while I'm
6
coming back down
to
from
make sure,
Toledo?
and I heard
Affirm, Echo 8076,
that
the latest
EMS was
52.
6. Unless I was mistaken.
Sorry, can you repeat that? Radius.
You're okay. I had primary on 6, and I still heard the PDD EMS. And I had my secondary turned off, so something must have happened.
That shouldn't be the case. It doesn't matter what you use, primary or secondary. It's just like channels for the radio frequencies. So if you have one on secondary or primary, it should still be just the PD channel. Alright, if you have 6 on, can you hear me? Oh, I'm gonna talk on it, alright?
Echo 8023.
Test, Carter, can you hear me? Test.
Yes, I heard that.
I do.
Alright. Try talking then.
Carter, radio check.
Yeah, nothing.
Nothing?
Alright,
So, baby, I'm gonna see. Amber just wrote
Is
me,
it
and she's
tied to
also
your
another one
phone?
that's
Can you hear
interested in
her?
the psych
Let me
stuff.
try to
So,
call
if she's able to,
My
I
phone
might take you
is
both for 5 minutes,
424
show you the offset location, and
793
show what the new direction is for the
0313.
department.
Okay.
Just text her and ask her if she's around for at least 5 to 10 minutes.
Yes, sir.
A lot of 3s.
It is. Here.
Yeah, can I have assistance in the psych room and officers fallen unconscious?
What happened?
Said he wasn't feeling too good. Was about to go exit the room, go and get him a drink and something to eat, and he just collapsed on the floor.
You're the
That's
wrong
me.
one. This is the individual that ran over Rooster, right?
Yeah, we were just having a therapy session.
Everyone congratulate our 2 new lifeguards.
Hog.
Water boys, water
I
boys.
want to help this the patient get
I'm
a
now
little bit more comfortable
officially
in
an
the bed.
aquatic mammal.
I'm going to waterboard you.
Don't
Hell
drown our
yeah.
laughter.
Fuck, I forgot to do that. Hang on.
That should be the
Before I
last.
finish this
the
up,
last
Water
I
gain
want to
10
check
secs.
your
We got
blood
a
sugar.
trial by fire.
Wait, that should
Trial
be
by
the
wet
last
fire.
test. Waterboarding.
Up.
I'll make an amends on the SOPs.
We're getting water napped.
Yep. Okay, let me go get a glucose syringe for him really quick. This is the second glucose patient I've had today.
Oh, really? Okay.
All right. Welcome back.
How are you feeling, David?
What happened?
I think you just passed out from a little bit of hunger there. I did try and get you food and drink as soon as I could, but you passed out before I even left the room.
Just... Yep.
Are you good now?
Yeah, a little bit dizzy, but yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever had issues with this before?
No, never. Never actually.
Okay. I mean, it has been an eventful day for him, so
It
it's,
has. I've seen him
it's-
twice
yeah,
today.
Yeah, hunger and thirst probably isn't the forefront of his mind right now, so that's understandable.
Yeah, I had an old lady shove raw pork in my mouth.
Reese, you can continue with this one.
That was going to be my question. Are you afraid to eat because you're worried about being raw pork or something?
10-7 for 5 max.
Oh, no. Just lost track of time, stressed. Just, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of things, I think.
The possibility of losing my job. Yeah, you know, it's all.
Test Carter. Test Carter.
Was it, just out of curiosity, was it Jartha's mother who did that?
Something
What
12
was
transitioning
Martha?
to Dr. Ow.
Yeah, sounds like something she'd do.
Yeah, it was.
Ah.
I thought
Yeah.
so. Martha Mowbray.
Yeah. I'll give you a minute or two to get your bearings, and then if you want to continue with the therapy session, we
Yeah,
can do. If you, yeah,
Yeah, I can sell for now.
okay, take your time.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Okay. Thanks, Bambi. Appreciate
No
you.
problem.
Thank you.
You ready, darling?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, doctors to EMS, I am taking us offsite just to look at a facility. We'll just be gone for about 5 minutes. Feel free to still radio for us.
10-4.
Ooh, looking at facilities.
Well, we actually have a facility, so I'm gonna go show it to these ladies.
Hell
Is it like
Oh,
the
sure, hell
Ghost
yeah.
kind of facility or like the Resident Evil kind of facility?
A facility that's gonna expand Sama.
So basically, it's gonna be for like long-term
Perception.
ICUs, physical therapy, and we're also gonna do actually mental therapy appointments there as well.
Definitely the
hell
second
yeah.
one.
So, come, ladies.
I'll see you there
Hi,
for
Wade.
that then.
Alex.
Yep.
Actually.
Mhm.
How are you?
Hi.
All right, so I
umbrella
have a
car.
2-seater, so one
I
of you will
can
have to carry
follow
the
him,
other.
There's something
Sure.
crippling.
Yeah.
I don't mind climbing in a trunk.
I know you don't.
I'm very flexible.
Debatable.
Wow. I do yoga every morning.
Do you? I do too.
Yeah, when I remember.
You know, there's a special type of yoga that you can do at night that will help you sleep. It's like certain stretches that just put your mind at ease.
I might need to start doing that. God damn, I don't sleep enough.
I do it, and it helps. It helps fall asleep quicker. I will at least say that. For an insomniac that does not sleep much, it at least helps me fall asleep quicker.
Nice. Yeah, I used to
I used to work out at 3 in the morning because that was the only time my brain was tired enough to actually not talk me out of it.
Fair. Very fair.
God damn! I used to squat so much. So I used to do 100 reps. No, I used to do 5 reps of 100 squats.
Jesus.
I
How
used to
did
be
your
a dancer.
thighs not die?
I used to be a dancer, so like my thighs
Okay,
were
that
the
makes sense.
one strong part of my body. Everything else, wet noodle.
I was a beauty queen, so you had to do like certain ones to lean your muscle out.
Yeah.
Very particular as to what your body build had to look like.
Oh, yeah, don't worry. Sorry, Rick.
Yeah. No, I feel that.
I'm playing bumper cars.
Leon. We're trying to help
Okay. So, just like
That makes
talking overall as far as direction of the psych department, so we are formalizing it more. So, you know, they've got a chief of psychiatry now, self. And basically, I want it to be a department. It's not here for people to make their name and to be popular in Los Santos or to be able to hear exciting stories and the gossip. I want this to be about treating patients. You know, we are people to help guide them, to help them, to give them resources to where they can build a better mindscape for themselves. Because, I mean, if we don't have our minds, what do we have? So that's one thing that's really important for me. Confidentiality is huge in psych. It's something that's been lacking. I know some people have been sharing some things that they should not be sharing about patients, so that's going to be very, very strict. We're going to have a certification, so not everybody can just do psych, because here's the thing. The best way I know how to put it is I would not have a foot doctor do my heart surgery, okay? It's the same thing with psych. The mind is a very complex thing. You can really fuck someone over if you do it wrong. And I don't want just anybody doing it. It's
Wait,
not just
you
having a
fuck someone over
conversation. It's a
by doing
lot more
psychiatry wrong?
intricate than that. So
Maybe
there will
we
be a
would know nothing
certification.
about that.
For counselors, there will be a panel review and interview. That's why I'm meeting with everybody that's interested in psych right now, is to get a pulse on everyone and see exactly where their fit is. There will be mentorships and trainings and those type of things, and a lot more accountability with it. So that's sort of like the initial part of it. We haven't had formalized training for psych. We will have that. We'll have education, and we will have a new facility. Now, this facility will not be for 5150s. This facility is for therapy appointments, long-term ICUs. So, like our people like Jared Callow, or those that like to spend 2 weeks in the hospital after they've been injured, and physical therapy. So we've already been approved. This is going to be our center. I will lay out the vision for you. Amber, I think I shared the name with you already.
Yep.
Bambi, I'll share with you. That's going to be the name of the facility.
I like it.
I love it. And then, so lay out the vision. Right here, this is going to be a meeting space for the doctors. So basically, these TVs we'll be having access to. We'll be having physical therapy tips, mental health tips, have our meetings discussing any updates. And so this will be like how we sort of like start off the day, giving any kinds of debriefs that we need. So to start, we're going to be utilizing the exterior, and eventually the interior will be fashioned for us. That's about 3 to 4 months down the road, though. So while we're using the exterior, we're going to makeshift 3 long-term care units along this area. Again, that's for people, and we all know them, the ones that like break a leg but end up at the hospital for like 3 weeks. Right here. Or Jerry Callow. I'm gonna put a special room for him, since he's always in the fucking ICU, right up there, and call it the special Jerry Callow room. As far as the other areas, right here is going to stay pretty basic as far as with the seating, but as you come to the side, We're going to have a med bed and basically basic treatment area so that everything except for like major surgeries, the same things we would do in the triage room at Eclipse, we can do here. Now, people will not be transported here if they get hurt. This is not that type of facility. If they get hurt here, then we will help them. Also, let's be honest, I think we're all on the same page that if someone gets shot and they're running from the police, instead of them bleeding out, we'd rather treat them. This is a safe place that they can come and get that treatment. So that will also be able to be here. But if like an ambulance is like, we're transporting, they will go to Eclipse, Sandy, or Polito. That's not necessarily what this is for. In the back, we have a little meditation area and yoga mats. But what I'm going to put in this sort of empty space here is another group therapy area with like a fire pit and some seating.
Ooh.
So just to make it a little bit more calming, relaxing, but a place that as groups we can do some sessions as well. Up this way, it's a big area. It's also very calming. Like if you notice, you won't hear that many sirens. You don't hear too much disruption, which I think is going to be nice for people. So like even if, let's say you've just had a busy day and you've had 3 MCIs and it's just been crazy and you have a lot of reports to get done, you could come here and do your reports and sort of be unbothered. On this tennis court, we're going to have exercise equipment. So basically like ellipticals, treadmills on this half, and then weights, bench presses, and that on the other half.
Okay.
Up one more level, we have a pool that will also be utilized for physical therapy. So right here, people will be able to do like their water therapy, water aerobics, and that kind of thing for their training. Very nice view as well. There's a when it's sunset, very beautiful. I can't even express how beautiful.
Okay.
Then on this area of these like little patios, this is where therapy seating will be set up. So couches, chairs, blankets, all that will be under these archways so that people can come for their one-on-one therapy sessions. And I mean, of course, it could be held anywhere on the grounds, but this will be a little bit more like actual setup seating.
You guys good there? Gunshot?
And then eventually, these will be actual offices that people will be able to utilize privately. So that's the vision.
Hey, Astrid.
And I think it'll be good. I think it's a needed expansion for Sama because we regularly are running out of space. And like I said, it's just calming and relaxing too, so that even like when we need a respite, we just need to get away to clear our brains, it's a good location.
Yeah, no, I love the location.
What the hell? Okay, can we get 77s up there?
I think it'll be great also to have a formal place to do psych appointments. It's away from the hospital. It's away from nosy busybodies. We can be here, and people can be getting education, because that's one thing that's been lacking with the psychiatric department is actually getting mentorship and education for people.
That's the part I wanted to hear. That's the part I love.
Yep, there'll be formalized training programs, and it's no more of just, hey, sign up for psych. It's more of, okay, let's go through a program and make sure that you're ready and equipped. Because again, you wouldn't just let anybody do heart surgery. You shouldn't be let anybody just working on people's minds.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that is it. We are this is our space. It's not a if it's our space. This is our space.
Updates have any of you been on?
That's why if you see me marked as off-site, more than likely I am here working on things.
Yeah, no EMS found at this
Well,
time.
congratulations.
The old guy who was
you.
shooting.
Like I said, I think it's going to be great for all of us. It's just,
He was in a tow truck.
it's a lot to try and get ready.
You got this.
I'm excited about it. But yeah, that's what, when you see me on, but not at the hospital, it's because I'm usually here or I'm trying to get all the paperwork and everything ready to roll out to everybody. Because I'd like to get it rolled out in the next week. So it's just a lot. No, it'll be nice for everybody. And like I said, feel free to where if you just need a space to get away, write reports or anything, it's there for you. Even if you're not doing physical therapy or any therapy appointments, it's still there.
EMS software reserved warrants now.
What was that?
I don't
EMS are
know.
now serving warrants?
That's what it sounded like, and I hope to God not. I'm gonna be honest with you. I had somebody come in with a warrant, the officer didn't notice, and I was like, ain't my monkey. If they wake up and they gone, they gone.
Yeah, I've had people lockpicking cars, and I'll pull up to them and ask them if they found anything. I couldn't give a shit if people were committing crimes.
Exactly. I'm like, it's not my job. I have enough on my plate to worry about. That's why when people come in to get treated, and I ask them, and they're like, "What is this?" I'm like, "Listen, I don't give two shits what you're doing, but if you lie to me, I can't treat you. Just tell me what the fuck you're doing."
Yeah.
And then usually they go ahead and they tell me what they were doing.
Yeah. Oh god.
Jesus, Amber.
Listen, I told you I used to do squats. My ass is fat.
Obviously, Jesus.
I like learning about it, but I also like helping other people learn about it. So I did psychology as my major, and I love learning about what people need and helping them learn. I ain't about fixing people. You can't fix people. You can give them
Exactly.
the tools to fix themselves. And
Exactly.
that's what I like doing.
And that's what I want this department to be. I want us to be someone that we understand that, like, if I'm Bambi's therapist, she's the lead. She's the one that matters. She's the one that it is about. I am here
Yeah.
to support, provide resources, and build up. And that's what I want in the department. I want us to be trusted. I want us to be positive. I want us to be passionate about, psychology and actually helping people. And that's the team I want to build. Surprised we have not had more calls because I saw that Reed was around. I believe I saw Eugene was around. I would have
Yeah,
thought more people
we
would
just
have.
had Eugene about 20 minutes ago.
147,
That makes
stable
sense.
unconscious. Ooh, but stab wounds to the upper torso. Just making sure the condition doesn't worsen.
Choose
Hi,
to
Mac.
switch
How you doing?
departments if you so choose to, or you can just stay
Good. How you? It's been a while since I've seen you.
safer.
Got you. Okay.
You good? You good?
Okay, 3 at 523.
Just a business outfit. You're good. How you been doing lately? Doesn't sound great.
It's alright.
Gennady?
Well, we found out where Reed was.
Safe back there.
Be advised, there's a random
Reed,
person
get
running
help!
around
They're
trying to get
arresting
into
me.
all the rooms.
For what?
Do not interfere, sir.
Okay, I'm getting help.
Over and make sure that the color is
So I
listed
never
for
said I was
purposes
Mrs. Mowberry.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put her on a further away bed just because of noise.
Yeah, he came into the lab room and went nothing in the sharps bin and then ran out.
Alright, what do we got?
Alright, we've got a small stab wound to the chest, vitals within normal range, but she's 111, so, you know, she's a little bit on the more fragile side.
Okay, I'm getting help.
Other than that, she has had, I don't even know, I wasn't the one treating her, but I'm assuming just the normal. I
Okay.
did the worst handover possible. You're
No,
welcome.
it's alright.
Have fun.
That is pretty refreshing. Means that your mind is clear and at least you can be cognizant when you have to make important decisions.
Alright, I'm just gonna look for like air bubbles and blood to indicate that I punctured lung.
You are good to go, Mac. Yeah, no worries. And
Alright, not seeing air bubbles. So that's good.
Well, aside from having 1,000 magpies pushing metal pipes into my back, I'm alright.
Let's clean this out. And then we'll suture this up, okay?
Wait, you guys have a red stripe down your bike pants?
I'm just gonna inject some lidocaine to this to numb the area.
I'm kind of jealous. I don't know if LSPD has anything. I think ours are just black.
Yeah, we was like, we like to keep it to match with the
EMS
department,
from PD?
so I guess red's like the
Sand it.
closest.
Could I have
I
a
don't-
52
not
on
really
the
full
Capitol
uniform, as long as
Boulevard
you're
Bridge
safe and
underneath in the not
for
sewers,
people at
like
like
the
will
little
be more
gully of water?
uniform than I am, but like I don't really care as long as like you know how to like
The canals, that's the one.
Yeah. 10 for we can get some on your way. The canals underneath the Capitol Boulevard Bridge, you said?
That's the one.
Copy. We can get some on your way.
Alright, beautiful.
Who won it?
Yeah, I found a bunch of like, well,
Technically, Trippy stacked the last one, so I'll take the next one again. It's up for offer.
Yeah, you got it.
And 4, I could be about 76, 52 Vespucci Canals. Not Vespucci Canals, other canals.
Just go to Booker and he'll say yes or no.
Yeah, fair enough.
He's, you know, very willing, you know, for
Alright,
changing stuff.
She's all yours.
Oh, I appreciate it, Doc. Alright, Miss Mabear, I'm gonna go ahead and put those counts around on the front for you.
Why?
Because you are under arrest
A what?
for the incident earlier where you fled on a
wasn't
yellow
me.
motorcycle.
Martha,
we
what
have
did
you
you do?
identified on scene.
No,
Yeah.
it wasn't me.
Alright, right this way.
Martha. Oh, Jesus Christ.
How's the back?
Oh yeah, like I got more pain because I came out of the Astrid hit a car and I ended up outside the vehicle upside down against the wall.
Nah, that's not good. Were you wearing a seatbelt?
Yeah, but the seatbelt came with me.
Well, try to be safer, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know.
Competent to
I didn't do
understand her charges.
anything.
Is that what you're trying to say? However, with her saying that she hasn't done anything, it means she understands the charges because she's pleading. Though she's not
Grandma,
guilty.
Grandma. An old lady did a bad one.
Grandma, where are you right now?
Why the hell is Holden here?
My wife.
I'm under
Door
arrest.
stuck. Hello.
I
My wife.
don't know what I did.
My wife.
My
My
wife.
wife.
My
My
wife.
wife. My wife.
My wife.
You owe me a gallon
My
of
wife.
ketamine.
My
My wife.
God bless America. God bless it. What the devil?
Oh my
Reed,
God.
what happened? Oh God.
Oh
What,
my
Reed,
God.
are you okay? Annie, are you okay?
God, she hit her head.
Oh no, she's.
Oh.
Oh, he didn't ask
Eddie,
first.
Are you okay? Eddie, are you
Don't you
okay?
hold my wife like that. Don't you hold my wife like that.
Apparently, she
Ed.
bumped her head. She
Don't
needs
you
to
hold
go
my
to
wife
the-
like
My
that.
God.
Hey, you three, any of you guys come in this
What
room? You're
is
getting
that?
arrested.
Bugger off. What is that?
Bugger
Bugger off. What is
Well,
that?
you know what? I didn't
want
to say it. I didn't want
to say it, but piss off. What happened?
You shouldn't.
Yeah,
you
that's
shouldn't
it,
swear
piss.
to Astrid. She's
Yeah,
a princess.
you can't. You can't arrest all of us.
This is the lady that arrested me yesterday.
What a
That's not a good look, mister.
Neither's wearing a helmet.
Did one of them come in the
Yeah, but you don't have
Nothing
Australian
today.
brain, do you?
Yeah, at least I have a brain helmet, boy.
I got a brain. That's why I gotta wear my helmet.
He
It's
has got a
upside
brain.
down.
It's a soft one.
Oh, his head's soft like a
The
peach.
skull is
Eugene
so
and
soft.
friend, you guys are being told
Yeah.
to leave the hospital because
Oh
you guys
my
are
God,
trying to
dude.
You don't even know
interfere
my
with
name.
our
How
arrest.
can you trespass me without even knowing my name? Eat
I'm
my
not
dick.
trespassing you.
wrong way?
You're the worst person I've ever met.
Holden.
I could, if only you could suck all the oxygen out the room.
Oh my God.
High octane, low.
I'm gonna kill him one day, allegedly.
Spare to hold him.
Okay, I'm just gonna do.
Doctor, give that to hold him.
What am I giving to Holden?
Take it.
Okay. Oh my God.
Take it. Thank you.
Okay. Why have they not searched you?
I don't know.
Oh my God. Martha. What the fuck, Martha?
Shh, it's okay. Give it to my husband or hold him.
Okay, okay. I'm gonna give you some big medication, motherfucker. Okay, I'm gonna go tell the officer to come and get you.
Okay.
In the head, though.
Oh God.
Okay.
That's a shame.
You okay? Did they knock you out there?
Buddy, you conquers? You with us?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Good. That's good. That's good.
How's the head feeling?
It's feeling like a toaster in a dishwasher on a spin cycle.
Well, at
That's
least
very
they,
specific.
Bye,
at least you
Martha.
have the helmet on.
That's true. Let me look. See here. I'm gonna
Pick you up so we can
check. Make sure you're not bleeding through that helmet.
Rooster! Oh my God, Rooster! Roosty! Oh my God!
Hey, he's
Okay,
conscious.
buddy. Okay, that's good.
Let's see. Oh, okay.
Oh, well, then we gotta
147
just get this
stable,
cleared up.
unconscious, contusions across the legs, suffered from a fall. No sign of breakage, but looks like they passed out from the shock, from the pain shock.
Get into the ER then.
You'll be okay. He's in good hands.
Oh,
Okay,
seven
thank
Rooster.
you. No, he's not dying. What the heck, Goodman? Stop it. Be quiet.
What?
You
It's a
ginger.
pin against the wall.
Yes.
You ginger.
Oh, don't call me a ginger. Oh my god.
You ginger, you ginger.
Oh, I'm not a ginger. I'm just like a strawberry blonde.
That is not just strawberry blonde. What the fuck? That is, you are full blown ginger.
He's also full blown ginger.
You're more
You
orange
both
than
have
I
no
am.
soul.
What the?
What the fuck? Okay, that's fucked up.
You have blue hair. You're
What are you
cold.
gonna do?
You look
Yeah, but I'm naturally a blonde.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I'm naturally a blonde.
You have
I
face
have brown
tattoos.
eyes.
Oh my god, face tattoos. Oh my god.
I have had face tattoos the entire time I've been in EMS.
That's true.
No idea. What's that green thing?
I'm
Green tattoo.
very heavily tattooed. Oh, it's just a little guy.
They also,
That is just a little guy. Oh my
they
god.
also have a twisted skull.
I'm very heavily tattooed.
I didn't want to
That's
see
why
that.
my
Oh my
chest
god.
hurts so much, because I've just stabbed the pin into it.
We all do that, didn't you?
Ow!
Don't do that.
All of us do it.
You all do
Oh, yeah,
that.
that's fair.
Wait, what did I just?
Hey, Riz, are you?
Hey, are you Harold?
Yeah, hello?
No. Hey.
I don't know what's going on.
Echo
We
3,
successfully
phosphorus
stopped
EMT.
3 old people trying to get the other old person.
Do you want to know something? I've been given permission to set up a specialized old people unit within the EMS. Future there.
Please do.
This is my future. I hate it.
Reese, are you leaving?
They're helping Casper with something.
Oh. Why do you sound so angry at me today? I don't know what I did.
What is your problem? I'm not sounding angry. Why give up? Do I sound angry all the time?
Ethan.
What are you saying, Ethan, for?
How the 1090 is getting promoted to an instance. The one that that I made.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Hello.
but no
Hello.
someone's right here.
You did
So they suffered a fall from a height. They were knocked unconscious. No sign of any kind of breaks or trauma to the head or chest. It's all exclusively along that leg. There's a lot of contusions that are forming. I got them onto some IV to pump some ketorolac to help some pain relief, as well as I put a brace on that left leg just to make sure that we're not dealing with any kind of untoward jolts or worsened condition during transit.
Okay.
Ow. Before you
Oh.
do any kind of
There
medical
we are.
procedure, can I cover him to the bed, or you wanna?
Yeah, I'll give you some space if that's needed.
Let's see what we
I
got
must have
going on
nodded
first.
off.
I mean, he's currently covered behind his back. I'm sure it'd be beneficial for him to be covered to a bed rather than.
Well, for the most part, I can work with cuffs
I was
behind
on
the
a
back,
bike until I
especially
got
if it's
run
a leg
over by a
issue.
police officer.
The only problem is if I want to get X-rays. At that point, I'll ask you to uncuff them.
I didn't see any fires, but I still got my eyes closed. Oh,
Yeah, if you could uncuff them. I think we'll have to get some X-rays.
I don't see anything spinning. I see the lights on the ceiling and that little brown stain in the corner. I think you got some dead bugs in your lights as well. At least 3
Dr.
of them.
Schilling, I'm gonna be 10-7. I'm gonna work on a report in the break room.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a good. It's a good source of protein in the light shades. Ah, it's good for you. They work better as a side. They're not big enough for a burger unless you got like
Holy, these
at least
cucumbers are
like
so small.
3,300 of them, and then you can make a burger. But you have to squish
Where's
some
Ashley
of
gone?
them to hold them all together, though.
Oh.
Yeah.
Stretcher and beautiful.
All right.
You run it there, we might have some.
All right, let's get you into the X-ray room
I
just to
haven't,
make
upgraded
sure
it in
everything's
Sweden
good.
Not yet. So, not yet. I just.
Don't, Alpha. Don't you dare.
Oh. Oh, she's taking
How many times has she?
Can George stop doing that?
No.
All right, we're gonna adjust this X-ray
My
over the
last name's
legs.
Braverman.
It's true.
George Braverman.
You're so real for that.
Okay.
All right, we're just gonna be confirming that there's no actual breaks. All right.
Rooster. That's not Rooster.
Kittens there. Yeah, it might get some bruisey a bit.
All right, if you would like to recuff him.
Why are you flapping your wings?
Certain dominance.
Let's get you all wrapped up here, huh?
I wish I could see what's going on.
Well, you know, just wrapping
What was
you
that?
up there, making sure you got something nicely.
Why to the band?
Thank you. It's cold.
All right, we're gonna apply some ice packs to these bruises just to prevent it from going further and swelling worse.
It's a miracle, I can see. Wow.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Jesus. Wow. Can I get even and put... Oh, no, actually, you will get an even. That's
What do you
what
mean get
happens. Never
even?
mind. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sitting
And no,
Thank you.
no, you're gonna hurt yourself.
It will happen again.
It will happen again.
Can I just say that Bravo was not my fault? Wade kicked me.
Surely.
Huffing the copium.
Is the guy gonna make it?
Copium.
Alright, well, I gotta go.
Copium.
Oh my god, I'm being kidnapped.
All right, he's all yours. There's nothing else I can do for him.
Is he alert conscious?
He is conscious. He was just talking in the X-ray room,
Alright.
and he was just pulling on the cuff onto the bed. So, see, like that.
Let me go.
Hey mister, how we doing?
Let me go.
Alrighty.
I fell.
Oh, no, I didn't hear you. I was on the free quick pursuit and then EMS call. Alright, as per me, if you collect enough records, process what was taken and evading. Okay, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say or do will be taken
Oh my god, yes.
Bambi as well, who's just, yeah, doing regular stuff, so. Casper's obviously busy, so I can't train with him. And. Yeah.
Might have to put me down.
You can't get out, can you? Hold on.
No, you have to remove him from it.
Are you resisting?
No. No. There we go.
Alright, beautiful. Come this way, mister.
I still can't walk.
Alright, can you walk now?
No.
Oh, dude, this fucking situation, man.
Bondulance is going to the 47.
Alright. How about now? Is this where he just needs a chiropractor, or is this a...
He might need a nap.
Just an update, Mark. We're currently struggling with Cubs and mobility right now. Give us 2 secs.
The Bondulance is the 47. Does someone else want the
Mister?
Bravo?
You're 12 in training, got it.
Yeah.
Bear.
I'm going to bed. Good night, everyone.
Good night. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
George, stop being so mad. There's better things out there.
10-3.
Why is she so mad?
I don't know.
I'm not mad.
She just threatened my life?
My God.
Yes, Huh. Mister? Hey, Mark, you still on freak? Yeah, I'm not too sure. Yeah, okay. Oh, he's just staring at a wall, and we're trying to work out if he's able to move with the cubs or if he needs to take a nap or what. No, I can't escort him. Yeah, I'll just carry him. Thanks, Doc.
Yep, good luck.
Hello, Bambi.
Hello.
Got two questions for you.
This is 2410
All right, let's start with question number 2.
Okay, question number 2. Can I shadow you for a little bit?
13
So I need to ask clarification with the Chiefs, but I don't believe I can have people shadow me because I'm not
Okay.
ERP.
Alright, no problem. The other thing, Sol needs a antibiotic injection for today.
Oh.
It should be on the original report of me breaking my leg. I know Elliot made a note about it. Dad, I like your ideas. I'll have to talk to the Rangers, but I am going to.
Echo Fire 12.
The stickers for the
24
government departments I could
yeah.
probably do pretty easily, but the Ranger stuff
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait a while.
Yeah.
So I don't want to roll out too many things at once, so.
Sounds good.
I think what I want to do is I want to make like an ideas section or something of
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
So
Sounds
that
good.
way all the ideas aren't forgotten.
Mm-hmm.
This is the fracture from the 29th?
It would be, yes.
He said I needed to come in for a second injection. Well, I had the first one yesterday. He said I needed another one today.
Good night. Slade, what's your 20?
I forgot. This baggie I have has my Jeff plushie. I think I bought this before you adopted me.
Alright, give me 1 second.
I just found out that he forgot to note it down, but yesterday the NBW and shit was having a lot of issues, so
Yeah, if I could get you to step out of the wheelchair.
I can lay down in a bed because I think it's supposed to go in my thigh.
Well, I'll get this injected really quick. There you go. Back in the wheelchair.
Thank you. I think Lucy's really excited about taking the Rumpo to Ramathon. Dad.
Oh, that's good. Thanks, man.
You're not married.
Yes. It
Oh,
doesn't count.
Hell,
Where's Dr. Janetti?
Hey, Doc.
She just went to go run errands.
We were coming, so she left.
Let me put you in the cat food, right?
Ooh.
I'm gonna go put my marijuana away. You guys, I'll be right back. You guys look after him.
You're a strapping young man, Roland.
I got sent out of a window.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Good thing you
I
have all
forgot.
that protection of all that fishnet.
Yeah, thankfully it saved my life. I took it all to the fishnet.
What's this supposed to go with that?
Oh, just so you know, I got bad knees, so you're gonna, when you treat me, you know, my legs ain't gonna work too well.
Okay.
It's a medical condition. I'm very sensitive about it, but I felt like you should be notified of it. But yeah, I went out a windshield. I think I might have some glass in me, but it doesn't feel too painful.
Let me just clean this out. We'll get any gravel and glass out of your skin, okay?
Okay, thank you. If you find any pennies, they're mine.
I'm hoping you don't have any pennies stuck in you. That's
Why? Find a penny, pick it out, and all day long, you'll get eat out. Ow! Ow, that does not feel like a penny.
No, that was definitely glass.
It's probably all those beer bottles I landed on.
How's he doing, Doc? Is he gonna make it?
Yeah, he should.
Probably.
You got this, buddy.
I know.
There's so many more beers to drink.
There's so many more weeds to smoke. And clams to slam. And wars to fight. And blocks to shoot. And cats to shoot.
Hey, doctor.
Hello again.
Have some pork. Hey, that's for the doctor, Reed. Stop eating her pork.
I was hungry.
Okay.
Thank you. Oh. Ow.
He doesn't look any bad for my
Oh, my knees. I warned you about my
What did you do
knees.
to my
did.
grandson,
I didn't
Roland?
do anything. He's just been laying there.
Help him.
How's he doing, Doc? He's gonna be okay.
Yeah, he should
Got
be.
jaundice.
Is he? He's in a wheelchair now.
I'm. Oh.
Look better, grandson.
Oh, I feel so much better.
So
Good.
much better.
Good.
Can we have some privacy? I want to rob her for her wallet.
Why you want to rob me?
I'm joking. I would never do that.
Oh god, I've got food poisoning. Oh god.
Oh, did you put meat in her mouth?
Bambi, help. I just got given week old pork.
Well, spit it out. Don't swallow it.
I did. What if it's contaminated?
Hang on. Let me get you some medication.
Yes, please. It's horrible.
Do I still have it saved in my... I do not. Alright, George, take this pill.
I
This will
tried.
find out anything that has with the raw pork. Oddly enough, I've had to treat a lot of people for this.
I wonder why. Oh, so multiple people has tasted her meat.
Yes. She tried shoving it
Oh.
down my throat too, but I spit it out.
Oh,
Wow.
she cornered me.
She's sticking her old meat inside people's throat. That's crazy.
That's wild. How could she do this? Oh, I feel a little bit better now. Oops. I need to run away. What do I do? I feel better now.
Yeah, typically, as long as you take that medication within 3 days of eating the raw pork, you should be good.
Whew. Whew. Okay, I feel fine. I'm calm.
Wow.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know if I'm treating that 100% correctly, but it's been working in roleplay.
I gotta ask George's.
Oddly enough, the first person that I treated for that was not force-fed the pork. They willingly ate it.
That's wild. I'm an amazing driver. I don't know what you all are talking about. Didn't there used to be a tray here?
Yes, there was a tray there.
Where'd it go?
I don't know. I just wonder who was there. Like, there is a tray there.
What? Oh.
Right there in the center.
Oh. Oh. Oh no.
You know, something that doesn't make quite sense. There are two MDWs here, but only the right one works.
Does this one just run out of battery?
I
Oh,
fell
yeah, this
for
one's
this trick
dead.
so many times when I didn't have an MDW on me.
Yeah, this one don't work. That's silly. Oh no, am I going potato mode again? No, it's just the tray I can't see. This is bizarre.
I know what you mean, it's right in front of Nancy, come on.
I think it's just because it's so shiny. It's like I can't see it properly.
Wow.
It's very weird. Yeah, I can't see the computer in the pharmacy either. I'm gonna have to go to bed.
Interesting. Yeah, see,
Sometimes I get overcooked when I've been on shift for too long, you know.
yes, I do know that. Yeah, everything's here. Well, supposedly someone was doing something with this. What do I test in here? What can I put in here, though? Now I'm curious. That's simple. Let's analyze food, analyze blood. What does a computer analyze? Hello, sir. Do you need help?
Hi, Bambi. No, I think the doctor person
Okay.
helping me. Is where
Are you
fill me on.
treating this patient or me?
I think you are.
Okay. I was cleaning the bed.
Okay. Hello.
Alright. What can I do you for?
I'm Jason Park.
Hello,
I
Jason
would.
Park.
Hello. Hi, doctor. I was admitted to the ICU a couple days ago, and then per was it Elliot? Elliot Charles. He released me yesterday, and he said to take it easy and try to like regain my spatial awareness and just see how like things with lights were doing and like all that
Okay.
before trying to clear me for any like duty.
Alrighty. Let me just check your medical report, see what we've got. What's your state ID?
16201.
That's quite a nice state ID. I like that one.
Thank you.
Bear with me 2 seconds. Okay. And how's your vision feeling at the moment?
I mean, it takes a second or two. It feels like going from inside to outside and just looking at the big, bright blue sky.
Okay.
Like anything, if it's dark out, then going into a nicely lit building, I have to kind of just blink for a hot second.
Okay. And have you got any blurriness at all, or trouble seeing close up or far away?
No, I did that all look at something close and then look at something really far and then in between a little bit. And I mean, I could make out most objects that I normally
Okay.
remember being able to see.
That's good. And have you got any eye pain at all, or any headaches behind the back of the eyes?
I mean, there's like a ringing that comes into my ear, like maybe once every hour, but it was pretty painful the other day. But I mean, now it's just this really annoying ring.
Okay. I think what we'll do is just to double check is we'll go and get you a brain scan, just to check, just to make sure that we've not got any kind of swelling in the brain or anything like that, and any kind of swelling around the optic nerves or the auditory nerves or anything, and then we'll go from there. How does that sound?
That sounds like a good plan to me, Doc.
Alrighty. Do you want to walk or would you like to be put on a stretcher?
I can walk.
Alrighty, let's go. Very fast, I do apologise.
No worries. I'll catch up.
I'm an EMS, so we all do the EMS shuffle.
That what the technical term is?
Yep.
I save y'all save lives, I guess.
Yeah. We gotta get there fast and fast and fast. I'll just get you on the bed here. And have you ever had an MRI before?
Is this the one that goes around my head, or is this the one that just makes a lot of weight? I
This
don't.
is the one that you go into the hole there and it like kind of whizzes around, but you don't see that, you
Yeah.
just hear it's very noisy.
Yes. Yeah, a couple.
Okay. Alright, so we're just going to take any metal that you've got off. I can see you've got a watch there and some glasses. I'll just take those off quickly. and I'll pop them in my pocket and hold on to that for you. Alright.
Hello.
Just a quick question. I just need a update on a ICU patient.
All right, what's the patient name?
Gary C. Willowtree. I'm gonna try to work out what happened to him and what's his status. Came in.
I'm sorry,
the other
I
day.
am unable to give you any updates on that because he has no emergency contact showing.
I got his 611.
Yeah, unfortunately, because it might be an issue
Maybe
with the MDW, but because it's not showing any emergency contacts, I can't give anyone any information about it.
there may be 2 Gary Willowtrees. I don't have my MDW to go his state ID. One second. His state ID is 8041. They're on the 31st.
What was his state ID again?
8041.
Can you show me your ID really quick?
Yep. Yep.
Alright, so this Willowtree you are emergency contact for.
Yeah, I did get the 611. Last I knew he was unconscious but stable. Is what the last text sent out for.
Well, he is stable in the ICU. I want to talk with another doctor. Luckily, she is currently here. I just want to verify with her on whether or not this might be the wrong person that was admitted to the ICU on paperwork. Okay?
Okay, yeah, no worries. I'll wait here for you.
Excuse me. Are you able to do me a favor? Because I can't see the pharmacy thingy
Yeah.
at the moment.
I have a quick question for you, though.
Go on.
Do you remember admitting a Gary Willowtree into ICU?
Yes.
Did he have a cut on him?
A what? A cut?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
As in a cut like a jacket, or a cut like a laceration?
Like a jacket.
Yeah, no, he didn't. He had no shirt on at the time.
Okay. Because I think we might have admitted the wrong patient into ICU on paperwork. Because there's two different Gary Willowtrees. There's a Gary C. Willowtree and a Gary Willowtree. And I'm being asked information about Gary C. Willowtree, who's not in ICU.
Yeah, that. Oh. Gary C. Willowtree was the one.
Okay, so it's just the wrong patient?
Oh, God, I'm sorry. I didn't notice this.
No, it's all good. I'll fix this, and then I'll give the individual an update on the patient.
Thank you. Oh, God. Yeah. Are you able to do a prescription for me? Because I can't see the computer.
Yes, I can do that for you.
Thank you. It's just gonna be some cortisone. I will get the state ID. It's for Jason Park, but I can't remember his state ID. 160 something. One 16201.
All right, and under what effect do you want this under?
Low, please.
Well, like, do you want it as like a pain medication or?
Oh, for inflammation.
Is there an option for inflammation?
What do you mean?
Oh, cortisone. There is actually a cortisone. Sorry, one more question. Did you want this as a shot?
As pills, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
Here you go, sir. Here's the cortisone.
Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you. Me? Oh, perfect.
Alright, so I was able to clarify some of these mistakes, and it turns out we did have the wrong individual loaded into ICU. What was it that you were wanting information on?
Just how he is and what happened, if you know anything.
Well, he took a bullet to the head. Hello, Ratchet.
Hello.
Just a lot of head wound.
Right. Is there like any surgery, complications?
There was definitely a surgery.
Okay.
They were able to remove the bullet and basically relieve any pressure from the bullet. They did have to drill a hole into his skull for that. And he's wearing an eye patch.
Okay, lovely. Okay.
Different shades of me. Like the ink ran out. Oh.
Thank you, Doc. Appreciate it.
No problem. And I will also add that he is, police want to get a statement from him when he wakes up. So I have a feeling this wasn't just a stray, this was an intentional bullet.
Can I give it to Los Santos Freeway opposite the water treatment for 147, please?
Appreciate it, Doc.
Yep.
Hey,
And sorry about
regular
all the
number
confusion
26.
and having the
He had
paperwork
a
wrong.
vehicular
That's all good.
incident about 12 seconds ago.
I
Probably
just wanted to
about
make
20
sure because
now.
I know there's 2 IDs.
Yes.
So,
But we do have it fixed now. We have the correct person in ICU on
I'm
paperwork and
coming,
everything.
Olivia.
See, the thing that I'm curious about is how did we send a 611
Message.
to, to the correct one, but we put the wrong one on paper.
yeah, I don't know on that one.
Mine's not looking
We
so
got
good.
we got it right the first time and then switched it over. I don't know.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, Doc.
No problem.
Okay, whatever
That's
happens,
everything.
don't
I'll let you
move
be.
it.
You get to your duties.
I'm not moving him.
Take it easy.
Gotta
Be
be
safe,
there.
man.
All mates.
Yeah, I'm so sorry I'm late.
You're good.
It's just been one of those days. How's your day been?
Consistent.
That's good. I think. Question mark?
Well, it depends in the medical field whether or not it's a good thing or not.
That's true. Alrighty. Oh god. Let's take a seat. Go. So how have you been? Have you been over the holidays?
Okay. I made it through.
Hell yeah. Did you get up to anything nice with Mikey?
We hung out a little bit for Christmas, but I mainly just worked doctor on Christmas, so.
Do you felt that sort of distracted you, maybe?
Yeah, I was definitely using work as a distraction.
Mm-hmm. How long do you work when you sort of put yourself in work to distract you? How long do you work? Like, what's your typical shift?
Well, on Christmas Day, I worked about 13 hours.
Huh?
Yeah, well, my typical shift for a doctor is only 4 hours long. But yeah, on Christmas Day, I worked 13 hours as a doctor.
How was it?
Consistent. Only had one DOA, so. In fact, it was my first DOA as solo doctor.
Oh, okay. Congrats. How did you find it?
Sad. It was Santa Claus.
Wait, is that why I didn't get any presents then?
Yep. Santa died on Christmas Day of diabetic shock.
Oh my god. Yeah, oh god. I'm going to turn the radio off because they're asking for doctors when it's just a Nancy job. Oh my god. Just yeah, and it's only Carl is on EMS, so they're gonna have to deal with it. What did he die of? What did Santa die of?
Diabetic shock. His glucose levels were around 3,000.
Holy, okay. Yeah, that's. Was he type 1 or type 2?
I honestly don't know. I think you could be normal, not even diabetic, and still die of that.
Jesus Christ. Okay, that's yeah. Guess all the mince pies did catch up with him.
Yes.
And how have you been in regards to any sort of triggers? Anything? How have you been dealing with things?
A lot of triggers over the last like 2-3 weeks. Lots of explosions. A couple gunfights. I wasn't in the gunfights. I was just exposed to them.
Okay. And how did you deal with that? I mean, are you able to tell me a bit about the context to it? What happened?
Well, every time it's the same thing. Like, for example, let's say I'm in Polito and there's an explosion. The first thing I do is I go into work mode and I go over, I explore the explosion, make sure there's no one hurt. If there's someone hurt, I treat them, but there really hasn't been anyone hurt in these explosions lately. It's just been locals.
Just locals, yeah. How have you found yourself? Because obviously, the whole reason that we're doing this is that you go into panic, right? You go into, you become scared. How have you managed to deal with that? I mean, I know you're saying that the first thing you do is go and make sure no one's hurt. That's different from what you said when we first started these sessions.
Well, so it depends on the trigger. The trigger that I'm seeing you for, that's all panic. There's no work mode in there. The explosions and gunfights, like, because I'm exposed to them so frequently and stuff like that, like, the trigger's not as bad. The question is how long I'm in work mode. The longer I'm in the work mode, the longer my head's in Iraq.
Right, I see. And it's the explosions and things that you can deal with.
Yeah.
It's the being the center of attention, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Alrighty. So, I mean, putting yourself into work mode is not a bad thing, right? You, as doctors, we have a duty of care almost, don't we? Where a bit like an oath we signed when we took this job is that we uphold, making sure people stay alive, basically. So throwing yourself in work mode isn't a bad thing, as long as you make sure that you are safe whilst doing so as well, is number one. I think you're not stupid, you know that.
Yeah.
Locals be locals, I don't think that's ever going to change, unfortunately. But as long as you can deal with those and you can manage those, then that would be okay. Alrighty, so today I do want to talk about relationships.
Okay.
So slightly different to family relationships. Obviously, we touched upon family last time. Was a very in-depth session. Oh my god. Okay. Where we talked about family. You explained Christmas back home was like nothing had ever happened. It was just a fantastic day. Everyone kind of came together. You did briefly touch upon relationships in the very first session that we had. You explained that you had a wife when you was in the military. You had a typical military relationship, but then when you went to Iraq and came back, she was pregnant.
Yep.
And you did explain that you did have a boyfriend that became abusive. It was emotional abuse, threatened to self-harm if you wanted to leave him. And at 2 points, he did point a knife at you. So, which came first? Was it the boyfriend or was it the wife?
The wife was first.
The wife was first, okay.
The wife was my first major relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, you were about to ask a question.
No, go for it. You're all good.
So basically, like, when I was growing up, we weren't allowed to have relationships growing up. My parents, like, forbidded it. I mean, yeah, we might, like, flirt with someone or something like that a little bit. But by the time I was, like, of age to get into a relationship, I was more into girls than I was guys at this point. And I also knew that I was going into the military, which meant I couldn't have a same-sex relationship because they had the policy of don't ask, don't tell. Basically, if you told that you were in a same-sex relationship, you would get kicked out. You wouldn't be allowed to be in the military. So, towards the end of my high school, while I was flirting with a bunch of girls, I knew I couldn't take action upon them, so I never did.
Mhm.
And then when I finally got into the military, I set a bar that was too high for anyone to meet, so I never got into a relationship because of that. And part of the reason why I set the bar so high is I didn't want to be dating a deadbeat like my dad was, where he would just be at home all day doing nothing.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to be in that position, so I set a really high standard. Like I wanted the person that was to be successful in their career, which at the age of 18 you're not going to see anyone but college students and Walmart employees. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I set the bar too high, so I never got into a relationship for a while. And I also didn't want to date military, so I didn't want a military relationship.
Mhm. So how did you meet your wife? How old was you? Where did you meet her?
I think when we first met, I would have been about 23 years old. Oddly enough, I was flirting with her coworker, and I would go to the smoothie stall every single day to get a smoothie to flirt with this redheaded, white-skinned girl. I flirted with her almost every single day, and her coworker was this really petite Asian female, and this Asian female started flirting back with me, and I started reciprocating. Now, granted, like at this time, Don't Ask, Don't Tell was still around, so we were just flirting. Me and the Asian girl hung out like 3 or 4 times, and because I wouldn't pursue anything with the relationship because I couldn't, she ended up going and dating this other guy who actually was my coworker, and she actually married him and had 2 kids with him. That relationship between her and her husband didn't go well, and when Don't Ask, Don't Tell came about, me and her started talking again, and she ended up moving in with me, and we got married.
And how was the wedding?
The wedding was short. We literally just went to the courthouse.
Oh. Was that personal preference, or was it just something that you could do?
It was just something we could do. We kept saying like, yeah, later on we'll do an actual ceremony and stuff like that, but we never did.
Okay. So you've been married. How long was you married to her for?
I think we were only married for like 3 years.
Only? That's still quite a long time. And then when I say how was the relationship, obviously every relationship has ups and downs, right? Completely normal. I know obviously you mentioned that you went on tour, but leading up to you going on tour, how was things at home?
So me and her fought a lot, and the problem that I see like between that relationship that I had with her is our love languages were completely different or not suitable for each other. Like she always wanted gifts. She wanted to be presented with gifts all the time. Well, I was an E4, E5 in the military. I didn't have money to be giving her lavish gifts all the time. And she was really about money, so we were paying most of my paycheck to debts, and so there was no money for me to give her gifts, and so we always fought about that.
Okay. I take it she'd be saying things like, oh, you don't buy me flowers, and you don't do this, we don't go out for dinner. Yeah, I get that.
And the thing is, like, I stopped buying her flowers because I'd buy her flowers and she would leave it in the backseat of her car. And I was like, yeah.
Okay. What would you say your love language is then?
It's complicated. I like attention. Like, I like being given attention.
Okay. Alrighty. So, obviously, gifts, attention, touch is another one. How, based on how the childhood was, what are you like with touch?
I don't mind touch.
You don't curl up or shy away from it?
No. In fact, Mikey's receiving love language is touch.
Okay, yeah, that's good. Okay, that's huge because I know obviously we've not touched upon the big event that happened in the military, which is causing you to have these reactions, but that is a huge start, the fact that you do not shy away from touch. What you commonly find with people that have been physically abused is that someone can lift their arm to stretch, for example. However, the person next to them, if they've been subject to physical abuse, they could cower, they could shy away. You know, they could flinch subconsciously without even realizing. So the fact that you don't do that, that's huge, and you should give yourself a lot of credit for that.
Okay.
Definitely something to keep remembering. If you've not had any triggers relating to this big incident, which is good. But if you do start to feel a bit anxious, I know obviously it's your wedding next month as well, isn't it?
Yep, mid-next month.
So that's why. So I think the next session that we are going to have is going to talk about the big event. So that's why today might be a little bit shorter. You know, it depends what we discuss about relationships, but the next couple are going to be relating to that big event. So that's why I do want to prepare you for that.
Okay.
But definitely keep remembering, you're strong enough mentally that you don't need to cower away from touch. And that's huge. Definitely huge. So yeah, so your love language is more so being given attention. You know what? There's nothing wrong with that. That, to me, is indicative of the lack of attention that you got when you was younger from your parents.
Yeah.
And whilst you did get attention from your brothers, it wasn't the right attention. And it's not even that you're trying to replace what you didn't have. It's human nature to want to feel appreciated and cared for. Obviously, you give it back. You know, you do the same for Mikey. You make sure he's looked after. But you are also human, and you deserve and expect that back, and you should get that 100%. But it's I can use a friend back home as an example, right? She lost contact with her father when she was very, very young. I'd say maybe the age of 6, 7, 8, and was raised by a mum. Single mum, worked 2 jobs whilst the kid was growing up, going through school, going through high school. And that girl became resentful towards her mum. As she then grew up into her 20s, she then started finding that she was dating men that were a lot older than her. If you then think back to how she was as a child, she didn't really have much of a father figure in her life. She's then now seeking that from her relationships, if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
An older guy giving her that fatherly advice, you know? And it does subconsciously bleed into things. It's only when you sit back, you look back like we are now, and you think, actually, yeah, that's linked to that.
Yeah, I've had a lot of those moments recently.
And that's good. And there's no problem with that. It's just how you deal with it. So, wanting attention is not a bad thing. You keep that. I like that. That's a really cute love language, and even something as small as a good morning text. You know, so that you know that they're thinking of you when they wake up.
Yeah.
Little things like that. Or you should get that and more. And honestly, I do hope, I'm fairly confident Mikey does give that to you, so I'm happy. So you were explaining that most of your paycheck was going to debts that you had. So obviously you fought a lot with your wife. I take it she started the arguments because she wasn't getting what she wanted. Would you say so?
90% of the argument started with her. It's one of those things, like, if I brought up an argument, like, hey, you're not doing this or that, she would always just try to flip the script, so I stopped making those arguments. I'll be honest, like, the thing, like, I remember we had a fight the day after Thanksgiving. I always call it the Thanksgiving fight. And she just started going off on everything that I didn't do, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm like, okay, fine. I know everything that I'm doing in this relationship. I'm going to just stop doing them. And I called the moment that I let go of the rope. And yeah, the marriage fell apart really quick after that.
Okay, when you see it started to fall apart after that, what? Just elaborate on that for me.
Well, like, I did a lot of the, like, laundry and stuff like that for her kids and stuff like that. Well, she stopped doing it. She really turned into that deadbeat that I was worried about marrying. Honestly, like, I saw the signs that she was cheating on me, but I overlooked it. I remember at one point I even said, like, yeah, I know that she cheated on most of her past exes, but she wouldn't cheat on me. I'm different. And then when I started seeing the signs that she was cheating, I just overlooked it. Like, nah, that's something different. I'm seeing something different. And then, like, when I finally went and deployed, it was the first time I had deployed when I was with her in the marriage. And so the reason, shortly before we got back together and got married, I got transferred from the 1st SAO to the 27th SAO. Completely different base, everything like that, a different area, and we were building up the base. Like, it was a fresh start on the base, so we weren't deploying for those, like, 3-4 years that we were building up, and then we finally started deploying, and I was on the first deployment trip. And then that's when I came back home, and yep, there she was, about 4 months pregnant.
Oof. Okay, so you weren't deployed for the first 3 or 4 years or so as you were building the base for that regiment, I think we call it back home. What was the contact like whilst you were still in the States, but obviously you weren't with her, if that makes sense?
What do you mean, like contact?
Yeah, how is contact with the outside world whilst you're in military? That's very new to me. So, could you speak to her?
Yes, we could talk to each other and everything like that. Like, I lived off base, everything. We lived in a home together. It was very much like living, like working a normal job, and you go home and yeah.
Right. Okay. So, yeah, we do have something very similar back home, and they're called quarters. So wives, things like that. Yeah, live on site too. I understand now. Okay. So, can you remember when it was you were first deployed? What year it was? How old were you?
When I first deployed or deployed with her?
When you first were deployed and then you came back.
Well, the first time I ever deployed, I was 19. I was just out of training, about 3 months out of training. I was gone. This deployment, we were at Kuwait. This is before. I'm sorry.
Sorry, no, I was just saying Q8. That was the place that you were at.
Yeah, we were stationed out of Kuwait. and this was before I went to med school training, because it was actually during this deployment that they saw the need for medical, basically, combat medics in the units. And this was actually the deployment where I probably developed the explosions and PTSD. But I didn't discover this until about 8 years later when I was setting up the 27th cell.
Okay. So, when you were in Kuwait and you got deployed, what was contact like with your wife at that point?
Oh, I wasn't actually with her at this point. Now, the deployment that I was with her, that was Balad Air Base in Iraq. And I think I had the ability to, well, I had like ability to talk on Facebook like every day. So we messaged each other through that most of the time. But like to actually call her, I only had the capability about once a month.
Did you speak to her every day on Facebook?
Oh, pretty much every day, yeah.
And how was the relationship at that point?
Well, she only gave me a face. Like, oh, this is everything troublesome going through. This is what's going on. We were basically just trying to support each other through the issues.
And how did she have any concerns in regards to gifts at that point?
No. At least not that I remember.
Okay. Did you have many arguments whilst you were away?
No, because like I would only be able to talk on Facebook for maybe like 5 minutes at a time. So it was very short conversations. And half the time, let's be honest, the other person wouldn't be there. So it would be just a one-sided conversation. And then you come back and you see the other side of the conversation. That's how most of it went.
Okay. And what about the phone calls? You mentioned that you could sort of phone home. Was it like once a month?
Yeah. And then I would have to debate whether or not I was calling my wife or if I was calling my parents.
How was that to choose? How did you choose who to call at that point?
I think it depended on the Facebook conversations. Like if someone needed me to talk to them more, they're the ones that I called. And I would like to point out my family and my wife didn't know that I only had the really ability to call once a month. They just knew that I would have the ability to call sporadically. I always left out major parts of details when I was deployed on what was going on.
So, obviously, based on the information that we know about your parents, and your parents weren't very supportive of you going in the military. They were like, "You'll never do it." I think the words that you used, they didn't believe that you could do it.
I wouldn't be successful. I was too much of a crybaby.
Exactly. What were their thoughts? How did they treat you once they realized that you could do it and that you were in there and you were making a success of it?
Honestly, I never really heard anything back about that. Like, once I got, like, through the basic training and everything like that, my family stopped talking about the fact that I was in the military. At least they stopped talking about it to me.
And how were they when you called them? Was it just like a normal conversation? Like, how's things been?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, that's good. And what about your wife? How was things with your wife at this point?
It was mainly her complaining about the struggles that she's facing by herself at home. Which, for all I know, is the reason why she reached out to men.
Yeah. Did you guys, so when I say you guys, did you and your wife have any sort of boundaries or anything whilst you were away?
No, not really.
Was you at like an exclusive relationship? It wasn't like an open relationship or anything.
So this is one of the hypocritical things. I'm pretty sure for me, if I had cheated, she would have left me instantly. But she cheated on me, and I didn't leave her instantly.
Mm-hmm.
So exclusive for me, open for her.
Yeah, I guess. Is that because you loved her and you thought things would change, or what was your mindset at the time?
Well, it was one of the things like I just thought, well, maybe I'm just not able to support her needs. So if she had to get her needs from someone else, that's fine. But and I think this is like around the time that I drew those boundaries of, as long as she doesn't get pregnant, as long as she doesn't fall in love with them, which both ended up happening.
Mm-hmm. So, sex and gifts then, basically. As
Yeah.
if you were happy knowing if someone else could just give her sex and buy her a gift here and there, were you happy with that deep down?
Happy, no. Content, yes.
Okay. So happy, no, is self-explanatory. Content, yes. What makes you say yes to that?
Well, it's one of the things like, as long as she was happy.
Less earache for you? Less bother for you?
Maybe, yeah.
Mm-hmm. We have a saying back home, and I don't know if it's the same over here, but happy wife, happy life is what
Yep.
a lot of people live by. So yeah, that's the sort of thought I was getting to. But do you feel that you should have sacrificed your happiness for that?
Well, I mean, we were both wives. We both should have been happy.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Any So if we fast forward now, so you come back off tour.
Yes.
And you obviously discover that she's 4 months pregnant. Tell me what you're feeling. What was the first thought that was in your mind?
That I couldn't believe that I was being brought up with this information right in front of all my coworkers. Because when you come back from a deployment, you're coming back with everyone that you served with the entire time, and you come off the plane, everyone's waiting for you off the plane. It's like a happy moment, and it was one of those things like I'm coming off with all my friends, all my coworkers, and I can't cause a scene right here, right now, because she didn't even tell me. I just found out when she was waiting for me. So it was just like built up anger, and I had to like suppress until we got home. And then I was like, so you're pregnant.
So you've obviously stepped off the plane, you make it home. How did that conversation go?
Oh, very poorly. Very poorly. I was trying to be nice and polite about it, even though I was angry, upset. And she made it seem like it was nothing. Like, who cares? And then I find out that not just was she pregnant, like her family had already met him and everything like that. Yeah. It was like she had already replaced me during the deployment. Like, fully replaced me.
So when you got home, obviously you can ask these questions. Can you remember how you were feeling at that point?
Oh, I was angry.
So what then happened next between the pair of you?
She moved out. She moved in with him. And then we filed for a divorce.
Mhm. Do you have any regrets about that relationship? And that could be in any which way.
Part of me regrets ever being with her, but part of me also understands that that was a growing point in my life.
Mhm. I'm trying to think of the right wording for this now. So obviously there's things there that even you've picked up on, you know, you just want, if she was happy, you were happy. You can't sacrifice your happiness to make someone else happy. Okay, relationship should always be give and take, you know, compromise from both sides. You obviously realize that your love languages are not we're not compatible, you know. Why didn't you end things sooner? Why didn't you take the initiative to end it?
It's one of those things, like, for me, I believed, especially at this point in my life, that if you were getting married with someone, that you were there for life, no matter how bad things got. I believe that the only way out of marriage was to die, up until this point in my life.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Did you feel any kind of release when she'd left?
Oh yeah, there was huge relief. Because like I said, like while we were married, like it was financial burden constantly. Like out of my paycheck, I remember I'd get like $50 a week to spend on myself, and normally that $50 went to food. And I remember like she moved out and I went grocery shopping, and I was like, I can spend however much I want on this groceries. This is amazing. Like, we don't have to buy ramen noodles because we're struggling. I can go over and I can buy the most expensive frozen dinner that I want and just enjoy it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I bet it felt like a weight had been lifted off your shoulder.
Yeah. Sure. Like, I think like 3 weeks after we got divorced, I bought a new car. I had bought a house. Like, everything was looking up and up for me in so many different areas. Just, I was lonely. I was by myself. But everything else in my life got better.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, did you hear anything of the wife after you'd split up, or is that it? Just that chapter of your life just completely end there?
I wish it was completely ended there. No, up until about a year ago, I kept running into her because she stayed in the town that I got transferred to. And because I was still stationed there, we would run into each other every now and then at like a store or whatnot, and it would always be this awkward, "Hey, how you doing?" type situation conversation. I would like to point out she let herself go. She let herself go really bad.
Just stopped caring, I guess, about her looks at
Yeah,
that
I
point.
guess.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. And how did you feel when you bumped? Obviously, I know you said it was the awkward hi. How you doing? Did you have any sort of feelings towards her at that point, or was you just
No,
completely
I just wanted the
no?
conversation gone and not to see her again.
Okay. But apart from that, you know, I mean, I think we've all been there at some point. If you live in a small town, you are going to bump into people that you probably don't like.
Yeah.
Whether it be relationships, you know, family, old friends from high school. You know, I think that happens no matter where you go. Did anything else kind of happen, or was it about when you said it was until a year ago? I take it that's when you moved here.
Well, that's when I moved to the UK.
The UK. Okay. Okay. Did she reach out at any point whilst you were away?
No. As soon as I sold the house and moved, I cut contact to pretty much everyone but family.
Mhm. Alrighty. So, you moved to the UK. How was your time there?
It was pretty interesting. I went there to visit a friend and ended up like getting a work visa, being able to work there. Uh, this was the first time that I did medical like strictly as a doctor and not just
Mhm.
as like a combat medic.
Okay. Whereabouts in the UK was it you went to?
Honestly, I can't remember the name. It was a very rural town, very small population.
Mm-hmm. You see, those are the sorts of towns that everyone knows everyone and everyone
Yep.
knows each other's business. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, I know places like that. So you actually did work as a doctor. Okay, that's pretty impressive. Did you meet anyone whilst you were over there? But obviously, apart from your friend that you went to see.
Well, yeah, this is where I met Luke and Kai.
Mhm.
And I had an adopted grandfather there, grandmother too.
Okay.
By the way, for you guys to understand, what I'm talking about now is when I was role playing in Blaze.
Okay, so just I take it the adoptive grandparents you class as obviously family.
Yes.
So when you say you cut contacts with everyone but family, would that include those people?
Yes. I kept in contact with them, although the grandfather died. That was actually one of the hardest things as a doctor there, is when I failed to be able to keep my grandpa alive.
Oh, bless you. I'm so sorry that you had to go through that. I think one thing you need to remember, and this will apply here as well as when you were over there, is there is only so much you can do when it comes to trying to save people's lives. Sometimes the human body just can't push through,
Yeah.
can't keep itself going. But that is absolutely no way in a reflection of you and your work as a medic. That's I've never heard nothing, especially here. I've never heard nothing but positive things about you, especially as a doctor. And as long as you know you're doing the best that you can, that's all you should remember. Don't, especially with the grandfather, don't let that weigh too heavy on your mind. Because as long as you know you did everything that you could, the rest is up to him. And how his body responds. And medicine is amazing. The body is amazing, but there's only so much that it can do.
Yep. That's something we used to say in the military too.
Mhm.
And honestly, it was the same thing in the
So-
military. Like, when you were treating someone that was in your unit, it was a lot harder, a lot more passionate than if you were treating someone in someone else's unit because you didn't know them. Like, don't get me wrong, I still tried just as hard, but it was so much harder on me to treat someone in my own unit than it was to treat someone in someone else's unit.
Yeah. And that's human nature. You build a bond with these people because you're with them all the time. It's like when you have work, right? And Monday to Friday job, you spend more time with the people that you work with than you do with the people out of work.
Yeah.
Over the course of a lifetime, and then they subconsciously kind of become your family in a way. Maybe not a family that you like, but it's still people that you work with day in day out. You naturally have this kind of bond with them, so I get it. Luke and Kai, who are these?
Yep. Luke was the first one. So Luke moved into the town shortly after I did. I was already working as a doctor at this point, and I remember like we met at a restaurant, a fast food restaurant. He was the manager of the restaurant. That's where he moved into the town. And we met that way. We had a short conversation. And then later on, he was one of my patients in the hospital. And after I treated him, he asked me out on a date. And the interesting thing is we kind of dated for about 2 weeks, and then he disappeared. Like, he just left town, and we never saw him. And it was during this period that I started talking with Kai. We met through a dating app, which I was already on the dating app before I met Luke.
Okay.
And so me and Kai started talking, and after me and Kai were like kind of with each other, and that's when Luke came back around, and that's when he started becoming abusive. This is when he started like, well, if you don't come back to me, I'm gonna jump off this building, or, and then he had this rough streak because he like turned his life away from being lawful and he started doing criminal acts, and this is when he started like threatening me with knives and stuff like that.
Okay. So, Luke, sounds great. You know, he's a manager at a fast food restaurant. You treated him. He asked you on a date, and then you dated him for 2 weeks. I mean, did you feel it was pretty serious, or was it kind of like a fling type of thing?
It was definitely more of a fling.
More of a fling. So, did you have any sort of feelings towards it, or was it just a case of, oh, okay, he's gone, type of thing?
It was
at
a
that
case
point?
of he's gone.
Yeah, just
Because honestly, it was
ghosted
one of those weird things in that, you know, I always use the term for ghosting, and no one believed me. I'm so glad you used it. But it was not uncommon in that town for someone to move in and then just disappear a week later.
Yeah. Okay. Did like your friends that you were visiting, were they aware of Luke? Did they know that you were dating that person?
Yeah, they knew.
Okay. And did they give you any sort of indication of how that person was, or they didn't try and warn you or anything like that?
They didn't know anything about him like that.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. That's fair enough. Okay, so yeah, Luke ghosted you. Honestly, I've had that many times just in general. I hate men. I say that I am in a relationship with one now, but that's by the by. So trust me, yeah, been there myself. I don't know what it is about UK lads. UK boys are just the worst when it comes to ghosting. They're terrible for it. Okay, so you met Kai. You started talking to Kai. How were things going with Kai? How long
Kai
was you
was
talking?
great. We were together for probably about 5 months. And the reason why we ended up breaking up is the economy in that town just completely crashed one day. Like, everyone got fired from their jobs, and a lot of people were moving out. And then when this economy kind of came back to the town, he never came back. And that's the reason why we broke up.
Did you kind of break up on mutual terms? Like, he wanted to go and kind of better himself or in a different town,
it
get a new
was
job?
definitely mutual.
Okay. Oh, well, that's good. Okie doke. So, mutual breakup. Was you still friends with Kai? Did you text?
Yeah, every now and then
you
we
know,
still
as
talk to each
friends?
other.
Yeah. Okay. And then Luke came back around. So, how did you find out he'd come back?
Luke, he always made himself known. Like, he was very loud, and I'm here, listen to me. So if he came back, you knew. And that was interesting, is when the town came back together, Luke did show back up, and I gave him another shot, and he ghosted me again.
Was this before he started becoming abusive?
No, this was after.
Afterwards, okay. So if we go to these moments then, so you did say at least 2 occasions he held knives to you. What was your relationship with Luke like at that point? Was you in a relationship with him? Was you just seeing him? Was you
I was already with.
friends?
Well, the first time he held a knife to me, I was with Kai. The second time, I wasn't with anyone. In fact, the second time they held a knife to me, well, second and third time, I forgot about the third time. I was just kind of by myself. In fact, the third time I might have been with Phoebe.
Okay. So the first time it happened, you was in a relationship with Kai. What were the events that led up to that with Luke? Like, what was the? Can you remember how it sort of happened?
Vaguely. There was a emergency call at an auto repair shop. I showed up there with one of my underlings, and when we got to there, we got out of the ambulance, and Luke and another guy held knives to us and told us to go to the wall. At which point, he zip tied our hands behind our back and put a hood over our heads.
Okay. God, that must have been so traumatic. I'm so sorry that things like that happened. You know, I'm very much a big advocate for mental abuse can be, if not worse than physical abuse. So physical abuse, and I think I've mentioned this before, like the cuts and scrapes and stuff that you might get, they heal.
Yeah.
Whereas the mental abuse is something that stays in your brain, you know, is ingrained in your brain. And one thing that you need to remember is that none of that was your fault. You know, this is very similar to how I explained it with the parents stuff and your brothers. You know, these are the actions of other people. You know, at the time you were called out to a job, as you did, you went with a colleague and you couldn't predict what was going to happen that day. So, yeah, it's... How did that end? Obviously, I know you said that Luke had zip-tied, or the other person zip-tied your colleague and put something over their head.
Well,
how did you manage to get out of that?
I think he intentionally left my zip ties really loose because I was able to slip right out of them. And then as soon as I heard the garage door leave, with them leaving, I just took off the hood, and then I started treating the individual that was on the ground.
Did you get the police involved with that, or?
There were no police around that day.
No. Okay. So the second time this happened, you said that you were single. You said possibly the third time, but the third time might have been with Phoebe. So
yes.
Can you remember the second time?
I think that was the second time that I just described.
Ah, okay, no problem. Right. So the third time, so you mentioned someone called Phoebe. Was this someone else that you were dating, or was that a friend? Or
No, Phoebe was a girl that I started dating. So Phoebe was came in and was a fire department, and she injured herself while fighting a fire one day, and I was the one who went out to treat her, and she fell in love with me, and I kind of went with it.
Okay. How long was you with Phoebe for?
Only about a month.
Okay. So I take it so it was your ex-wife in the military, then it was Luke. Luke ghosted you, then with Kai. You split up with Kai because he left to go to another town to get a job. Was it in between Luke coming back that you then dated Phoebe after Kai?
So, like the second incident with the auto shop, I wasn't with anyone at that point. That was after Kai, but before Phoebe. The third time that I had an issue with Luke, I was with Phoebe, and me and Phoebe broke up because I had a plane ticket to come to the city, so she broke up with me because of that.
Okay. Alrighty. So the third incident then that happened with Luke, you're dating Phoebe. how did that situation pan out?
So this situation, Luke was once again one of my patients. He was in police custody. I treated him. I helped him back up to his feet, and he pulled a knife on me and used me as a hostage to get out of the police custody.
Okay. And did he escape? Did the police then catch up with him later? Or...
Yeah, he got away.
He got away. Okay. How? I mean, 3 occasions is, is dreadful. What sort of things was he saying to you when this was happening?
Don't worry, this is only momentary. I think he was worried about hurting me or something like that, especially on the 3rd time. I'll be honest, I was more upset with the police for not searching him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you'd expect that, at least whilst he's in PD custody. But I think we've seen it even here, when police don't search them. All right. And you see that he said things like, if you don't get back with me, I'll do X, Y, Z. What sort of things did he say to you?
So during the time that I was with Kai, this is the only time that he said stuff like that. He would definitely be like, if you don't, like, I remember I got a call for a police officer down on the roof, and I show up there and it was Luke and another police officer, and it was Luke standing on the edge of a building saying that his life was over, and if I didn't bring him back into my life, that he would just jump off the roof. I remember I went up to him, I tranquilized him, I pulled him off the roof.
I mean, that's one way of doing it, I suppose. But on that initial, you get to the building, you look up and you see him and he's shouting these things at you. How did you feel at that point?
I was so frustrated. I was like, like, this is one of those things, like, when he was trying to hold me hostage like that verbal hostage, I was like, I'm done with this. I am so done with this. How do I get myself out of this situation?
Mm-hmm. So, well, that's my next question. How did you get out of that situation with Luke?
And like I said, I injected him with the tranquilizer. I took him down off the roof. I had the police officer arrest him because that's a crime.
Yeah.
And then I went and I talked to Kai.
Mm-hmm. And then, when I say how did you get out of that situation, how did it take you to move over here for it to stop, or?
Honestly, since I moved over here, I think he's messaged me a couple times, but that's it. I haven't seen or heard from him.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you just, that's it. You had to leave the country, I suppose, to get away from it. Yeah.
Although I left the country because I lost my work visa, so.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, when you spoke to Kai and you explained obviously what had happened, what was Kai's thoughts about it all? Can you remember?
He was very quiet when it came to that stuff. Like, I know Kai was not favorable with the law, and he handled things his own way, and usually was a criminal way. So he never told me what he was doing because I had to follow the law,
Mm-hmm.
So he kind of just listened, nodded, and then that was it.
Okay. Alrighty. So the relationship with Phoebe, you touched upon it very briefly. How was that?
It was a very one-sided relationship in my opinion. Like, I was able to figure out her love language and everything like that. Like, she was another toucher. She loved being touched. She loved getting attention. She wasn't big about getting gifts, but she was big about giving gifts. But yeah, I just remember like the biggest fight that we had, me and Phoebe, was because so earlier that day I responded to a call of a gas station that blew up and there was 2 individuals down. I got to the scene, I picked up the first individual, moved him to a safe location, but while I was picking up the second individual, the gas station blew up again and I was caught in the explosion that time. There was no injuries of me right off the bat, but I suffered a concussion, had an internal brain bleed, and it led to me having a stroke later on that day. Me and Phoebe were having a date when I had the stroke, and she got mad at me and started a fight because of that happening.
Okay. And what would? Okay. What did she say to you when so you're on a date and you have a stroke, and she causes an argument? What was she saying to you?
Honestly, I don't even remember. I kind of just ignored it and moved on. I was like, it was almost like she blamed me for having the stroke. Like I ruined our date because I had a stroke. Like I could control that. Yes, I could control it.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna get at. I think I don't need to insult your intelligence when I say this. That's utter bullshit. You can't control that. Your body will do what your body wants to do, as and when. Unfortunately, you had a stroke. Okay. Yeah, okay. Okay. And then you explained that your work visa was revoked. Is that why the relationship ended with Phoebe, or what caused it to end?
So, the work visa, I knew it was expiring, and that she wasn't upset with me or breaking up with me. It's when I got the permission to move to Los Santos. That's when she broke up with me.
And how did you feel about that?
Honestly, like that week, the last week of me living in the UK was so stressful, and it was just like a cherry on top that she broke up with me. And I was kind of like, okay, that's fine. I am actually done with this. I am so done with all of this. I'm happy to be moving. And the funny thing is, like, I had plans on like going back and visiting her regularly, everything like that. And then when she broke up with me and the work visa got canceled, I was like, wow, I don't need to go back to the UK anymore.
I mean, I guess that was a weight lifted off your shoulders as well, I
Yeah.
suppose. Yeah. Alrighty. Any other relationships apart from leading up to Mikey?
No, Mikey's the next one. In fact, I met Mikey about 3 days after me and Phoebe broke up.
Oh, okay.
Now, granted,
I'm
me
gonna
and
do a
Mikey didn't date for like 5 weeks after that, though.
Okie dokie. So, tell me about Mikey and how everything started with that.
Well, so I met Mikey at the DMV. I think he was like the 3rd person that I met in the city. I think I was the first person that he met in the city. And it was a very short conversation. It was just like, hey, we were talking about like what you could do at the DMV because I already knew that, so I was helping him out. And then we went our own separate ways. And then like the next day, I was already living up in Toledo, and he came by and we visited again. We hung out again. That continued for about a week. And then I remember it was my doctor interview that I had here. I had no mode of transportation at this point in time. And so I walked from the hospital to the PDM, and I was looking to see if I could buy a car, and I couldn't. So I started calling for taxis, and no taxis would give me a ride. And so I was like, well, let me try calling Mikey, because Mikey at this time was doing tow truck. So I was like, let me see if Mikey will taxi for me. And he dropped everything that he was doing, and he came to BDM and gave me a ride to Polito.
Oh.
And it was at that point that I started flirting with him.
Okay. And I take it he was receptive of the flirting?
No.
Oh,
He had
okay.
no clue that I was flirting with him, like none whatsoever. I was flirting with him for probably like 4 weeks, like over text message and everything like that. Because he got hired on the dispatch, and when he got hired on dispatch, he kind of got married to his job. So I never really saw him again after that. So we were just talking to each other through text messages at this point. And I was working here at the hospital, and for some reason, I pulled up his medical chart and I looked at his emergency contacts, and I saw a name that we both knew. It was an individual that I knew, that he knew, and I was really confused. Like, I understand how I know her. How does he know her? So later on that day, when I ran into her, I asked her, like, hey, how do you know Mikey? And she was like, oh, I know him because we used to live together, like, not like same house, but they lived in the same city together in the previous time. I was like, oh. So I started asking her questions about Mikey, and she told me everything, like how you could flirt with him and he wouldn't know. So after that, I sent Mikey a message that went somewhere along the lines of like, hey, so I met this person that you know, and she told me some interesting things about you. And I told him, like, one of the interesting things that she told me about you is that you would have no clue if someone was flirting with you. And then I said the line, well, I'm still glad that I flirted with you anyways. And that completely caught him off guard. The next day we hung out all day long. And the day after that, he asked me to be his girlfriend.
Can I just say something that I've noticed as you're talking? I can hear, whilst I've got my head in my notebook, I can hear how happy you are in your voice when you talk about him. And honestly, that is telling. You know, there's times when you've spoke about things in the past and you've been very calm and, you know, very almost reserved, but not reserved. You know, you're being honest with me, which is great. But like you know, when they say you can hear when someone's smiling when they talk, that's what I'm getting from you right now. And that is testament, and that is amazing. You know, it's obviously Mikey makes you very happy. I get not all relationships are perfect, you know, but even just these little things, that's huge. And I'm happy that you found him.
Me too.
You know, you never know if things would have been different that day. If you did get a taxi, things might be completely different.
Yep.
So how did you feel when he asked you to be his girlfriend?
Relieved. I mean, it was one of those things like, I don't know, like I was alone for so much, like my military career, that I didn't want to be alone anymore, which is kind of the reason why I think I was just dating so many people when I was in the UK, and I liked that connection. I liked being with people, and so it was kind of like a relief to be with someone again, and to know that I chose this person. Mikey was the first person that I chose to date.
And he wanted you.
Yes.
You know, he wanted you. He said, "Will you be my girlfriend?" And even though you kind of called him out in a way, didn't you? You know, his friend told you this information that he doesn't know when he's being flirted with, and then you text him and you're like, "Yeah, your friends told me this about you."
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, I get it. You know, sometimes that's all it takes. Okay, so How are things? I mean, does Mikey know much about the past? Have you had those discussions with him?
I've told him a brief summary, not as much detail as what I've told you, but I've told him a brief summary.
Okay. And how's he been with the information that you've told him? Has he been receptive to it? Has he
Receptive.
You know? Does he give you any sort of advice, or is he just more of a listener type person?
In the situation, he's been more of a listener. I think I give him a lot more advice than he gives me. That's also because of our age difference. I think I'm like 14 years older than him.
Okay, toy boy, get it? Do not blame you one little bit. Okay, yeah, I think Ethan is maybe 7 or 8 years younger than me. I think, yeah. Okay. Have there been any issues with Mikey? Obviously, I know relationships do have their ups and downs. Have there been any sort of major problems?
Major problems, no. We are going through a struggle right now, but that's because like things with him and dispatch went south. Like it went south really fast. Like he was trying to get in a PD denied him, and then everything with dispatch kind of went south for him there. So he's kind of unemployed. Like he works for a burger shop, but yeah, so we're kind of in a rough patch right now, and he's struggling. He lost his direction, and he's autistic, and so autistic people kind of need direction, and he lost his direction.
Okay. And they need routine and things like that. So yeah, I get it.
Yeah, so he's without routine right now. He's without everything. So I'm trying to help him out. He's applying to EMS, but you gotta wait.
I might be able to help with that one. Because my brother, I discovered I've got a brother I didn't know about. Yeah, so he's come around, and he got hired on. He did the application, and then Mark did the interview. I think Mark and George did the interview there and then, literally within an hour. So I think maybe reach out to Mark if he applies, and I'm sure he'll be able to help with that one.
Yeah, Mark said basically he'll get to Mikey when he gets to him.
Okay. I'll see if I can have a word with him. Okay. I mean, what's he like in regards to if you were to sit him down and say, right, Mikey, we need to discuss this, and this is what I want us to do. Do you think he'd be receptive to that, or do you think he'd just switch off?
Oh no, he would be very receptive. He'd be very attentive. He'd be there right there with me.
Okay. Now, obviously, the whole thing with you, Bambi, is you're a carer, right? You like to care for people way from an early age when it was your younger brother, even though things happened that were beyond your control. You know, you care for pretty much anyone that you've met. It might be useful to you to sort of put your focus into Mikey to try and help him as well. Yeah. So maybe have a conversation with him and have a sit down with him and say, right, okay, we're going to apply to EMS, but if that doesn't work, what other avenues could you go down? You know?
Yeah, I'm trying to get him back into towing. In fact, so I am good friends with the people in Gemini Towing, and I think I've convinced them to hire him on if he were to apply to them. But I just don't think Mikey wants to go back to towing.
I mean, he wants to go into towing, really, let's be real.
Well, the people who work over at Gemini, they seem to really enjoy towing, so...
Yeah, you get the good eggs. There are some good eggs that are in towing, I'll agree with that. Yeah, I mean, you might find it useful especially like until next week, for example, because I've just realised the time. Look at a plan, but look at backups as well. So especially with someone with autism, as we've said, they need routine. You know, they need stability. They need direction. Get multiple things lined up, right? So first step, apply for EMS. If that doesn't work, he's got Gemini towing. You know, he could do both. You know,
Yes.
If Gemini towing doesn't work, right, what else can he do? You know, look at least a couple of options, because for someone with autism, there's nothing worse than if they've got a direction and then that direction just ends.
Yeah.
You know, so have a look at a couple of different options, whether it be towing, whether it be a mechanic. You know, would he go up to Gay Bay with you maybe?
So he was looking at going to a pump and dump because we both have a friend who's actually going to be the owner of pump and dump. So that was
I
another
know,
avenue.
James.
Yep, James.
James Marlowe.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good friend of both of mine and Mikey's.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Ethan is, as you know, my boyfriend. I don't get involved with whatever he's doing. When I'm here, and he knows that. So, but yeah, you know, have a couple of options, and get him ready for these interviews. You know, if he has to go for like a formal interview, go take him to the clothing store, get a suit. If he goes for an interview with James and Ethan, go and get him a different suit. You know, little things like that you're ultimately taking him by the hand with. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And I feel that will give you some sort of satisfaction, and because you are used to looking after other people, that's you as a person. I'm not going to ask you to change that. I'm very much the same. I have to give Ethan a kick up the backside 9 times out of 10 because he won't do stuff if I don't tell him to.
Right.
So me as a person, I'm caring. I want to look out for other people. I do that not only as a job, but in my personal life as well. So I think seeing Mikey succeed would also help you. Does that make sense?
Yes.
I can ramble and I can go on a tangent, but I know what I'm trying to say. That's my problem. But yeah, so it's like now there's a ramathon today, isn't there?
Yeah, unfortunately, I have to go to bed after this appointment, so.
Okay. Oh, no way. Okay. Yeah, so have a sit down with Mikey and draw up a plan of what you're going to do, what jobs he's going to apply for, and make sure that he reaches out to them. You know, you sit on the sofa with him and say, right, okay, who's in the directory? Okay, James is in the directory. Give him a call. See if you can apply. Gemini Towing, someone from Gemini Towing's in the directory. Contact them and see if you can apply. You know, that will help him, but that will also help you.
Yes.
How do you feel with that?
I'm perfectly okay with that.
So yeah, as I said, next week and the next couple of weeks are going to be very heavy. I will be completely honest. We are going to be looking at the main event in detail. So I will most likely be asking a lot of questions that you might not be comfortable with, but we have to do it to get to the crux of it.
Okay.
So I just want to give you the heads up now, and so at least you can prepare that for next week.
Sounds good.
Alrighty?
Yep.
Okay. Well, have a good evening. Enjoy the rest of your night, whatever you get up to. And I shall see you next week.
Yep. Thank you.
You're welcome. See you later.
See you later. This is where Bambi jumps off the side of the roof. Goes flat, promos.